Based.
After Dark.
G'day, legends, and welcome to the Based After Dark 33rd podcast. We are here with the feet lover Ignoble, the man who recently quit his full-time job, Prison Joe, the man who hates to be called Queeks, aka Qneeks, Zoe and T-Papa, and today we have myself on the show.
Let's fucking go.
Let's
That
go.
was fire,
Oh,
dude.
man.
My life is a movie.
Legit
That was crazy.
starstruck.
I can't believe this right now. This is crazy.
Thank you very much for coming on today, Behe. It is an honor to have you here.
I should have said
If I
about
throw you a like-
your shirt you knitted, Zoe.
Aw, I did do that.
was
I
like,
thought we were going to see the shirt tonight. I was, disappointed.
Nah,
No
it's a little too
specific
skimpy
reasons.
for like sitting. You know what I mean?
Are you
Like
bringing it
looks
to
good, but
Tennessee?
it's one of those things where it's like if I'm on camera, I'm gonna be like, just like always
Trying to
checking,
cover up.
make sure.
Well, I
I'm
saw
not trying
you
to pop a tit on stream.
I saw you
That would be
post it, and
gross
it was
and
like
awful.
5 minutes. You had like 130 likes. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, go off. I was like,
It would be bad, Ignoble. It would be bad for the brand, okay? And you know it.
Oh, Qneeks got me. Or
A little one-man band. It'd be okay, It'll
Yeah.
go down in history.
Yeah, you're right. It would be good for the live stream fails.
Exactly.
Speaking of live stream fails,
big.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
I'm here.
We got B.
We do. What do you,
Hello.
what do you consider yourself as? Like, because I see you as kind of like RuneScape live stream fails, the RuneScape news, and then the highlights. Like, it's kind of all together for me, at least.
Yeah, I went with highlights. I went with highlights originally. I don't know. It was like used to be moments. I went with highlights. Now there's chronicles. Take your pick.
Yeah, there is a few.
Yeah.
How did you? I'm sure you've been asked this on every single podcast, but I
Yep.
can't lie. I haven't really. I'm kind of bad at watching pods, but how did you? Yeah, how did you get started with the highlights idea? Were you were a streamer beforehand, if I recall correctly?
Correct. I was actually attempting YouTube even before I started streaming, and there's some like hilarious videos I have on a hard drive of like my first main doing like, getting the levels to be a normal main account. So basically I played RuneScape as a kid, like we all did, went to uni, quit RuneScape, didn't have time, just played IRL life for a while, and then finished uni and sort of like would jump on occasionally to check out the game, and then I jumped on and was watching a few videos, and everyone was playing the old school version, and I was like, whenever I jump on, it's this like RuneScape 3 version. Super confused. Then I found out there was actually the old school game. So I don't know what year it was, but I obviously missed the launch, and everyone was just playing that. So I jumped on, and then first ever started like editing and like just getting to know like how to make videos while I was playing that account, while like I first started it and sort of made videos progressing it. And they're absolutely terrible videos. There's some really, I got some really weird, funny videos that I was trying originally. And then the house I was living at, it didn't have like enough internet to stream. So I was just doing YouTube. And then when we moved house, it was pretty good for Australia. It was like 10 megabytes upload. So I could finally stream. Streamed for like a year and a half, like sort of just got partnered like just around that like 75 viewer range at like the peak, maybe 100 at the peak of it. And then my first son was born. I was too busy, so quit. And then there was like 6 months to a year of me doing nothing, maybe just playing my hardcore on the side, but not doing any content creation. And then after I finished streaming, the highlight channels sort of all got taken down for all that copyright stuff, and Bodhi sort of went at the RS Moments guy, and they're all gone. And I was like, the only one there was that like some stupid bot one that like it was still getting some views because everyone wanted to watch it. So I was like, stuff it. I got enough time now. I'll try it. And like the first video pretty much took off, and it like just never looked back from there. But yeah, if you look at the first videos to now, there's a big difference. So yeah, that's the rundown.
When was the first video? Oh, sorry, Nick.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I didn't.
November 1st, 2019.
Dang.
Date on a fucking.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know you farmed partner before the YouTube stuff. I genuinely thought you had gotten partnered on Switch because of your YouTube presence.
Yeah,
so
so-
that's an interesting
Yeah,
fact.
I was gonna go back to the touch
I
on
got
the on the streaming because I remember watching you stream. If I did,
you watched me before the.
So were you doing a lot of like
before the YouTube?
Yes. So were you doing a lot of like drinking incentive stuff when you streamed?
Yeah. So I got banned. Heaps of time. I was like, I got banned for drinking, like vomiting red wine in the bath, and they thought it was blood, so I got banned. I got banned a few times.
You streamed that
until the point.
But I didn't stream the vomit, but we recorded it, and I showed the recording, and that got me banned.
Wow.
Yeah, I ended up actually getting my account permanently banned, like indefinitely suspended during the first 8 months, and then I got it back, and then 6 months after that got partnered.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was all drinking. I'd wear like an Aussie cowboy hat, and it was like a really hype energy stream. Like it was like hype Aussie, like overreact, sort of play the Aussie, like g'day, like how you's all going, like just like that.
That's what I thought.
I'm so sad I wasn't around for that.
Well, I was a.
But I've deleted all my clips. I've deleted all my clips and everything off the channel. But I have most of them all somewhere.
At that time, that was like my first time like being introduced to RuneScape, old school RuneScape Twitch. I was a Hyphonics DJing, and I'm pretty sure he was showing your clips on his stream. That's where I saw you. Because I remember when I saw you, when I finally saw you on the YouTube channel, I was like, he looks so familiar. I was like, I've seen him somewhere.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So that's
there was a few Hyphonics, like when Hyphonics used to do like the like content competitions or whatever. He would do. I would jump in a video occasionally and do like something silly. There was a really famous clip where he nearly got banned, where his whole viewership and everyone still thinks that my penis came out of my shorts while I was on the video, but I was wearing like a 10-year-old's Power Ranger costume, and it happened to have a hole in the crotch. And I was dancing around, and on this day I was wearing orange underpants, and my pecker does slip out the hole, but it's covered by the my orange underpants. But on the stream, it was like a bit lower quality, and I'm a bit further back from the camera, so it fully looks like my wang came out of my costume while I was dancing around. And there's a clip of him like screaming, "Is that your dick?"
Can we?
And then his Twitch person messaged him like,
why are you wearing a 10-year-old's Power Ranger costume? Is what I want to know.
It was like a
different
dance competition or something. It was like some weird.
Yeah, it was probably.
Everyone jumps in the Discord call and yeah.
He would do these things. He would do these things called talent shows, and he would just be like, He would keep saying, "I want to collab. We need to collab." So he'd just go through the section, round up some like streamers, and like do like a live talent show. Like he was honestly pretty innovative with it, and definitely Raj Patel was involved with a lot of those talent shows too. That's when he was in the RuneScape scene, and also Ron was definitely heavily involved as well. So it was honestly it was a lot more lawless than Twitch is now. So it was fucking sick. It was pretty awesome.
Crazy time.
Yeah, so his whole community thought that was actually my dick, and they just his Twitch person just messaged him like, "Be careful," sort of thing.
That's fucking amazing.
I remember at the time, like Hyphonics, he was huge. Like he was mad. Like he just had a continuous like waterfall chat. Very like he had insane viewership until he finally got. Yeah,
that's when he was always living. It was like sort of part of around that time when he lived in that house with Graphis and Alfie. You remember that? Were you guys around for that?
Yeah,
was that before your time?
I definitely wasn't.
That's when
Joe
was
here.
Yeah, I was watching for sure. That was because they literally destroyed the entire like room. Like that room before, I remember before they moved out of there, they literally destroyed the room. Like Alfie picked up a chair, like threw it against the glass. Like it was insane.
Yeah.
Like it's a different.
He would pick up like big tubs.
Yes.
Yeah. He would pick up like big tubs of spaghetti and just pour it all or paint all over him. Like it was just every stream was like insanely crazy.
I can find so I've actually clipped some stuff from that stream. Like I actually clipped it myself, so it's in my clips. I can put it in the thing. We can actually react to it.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'll pull up the Alfie clip. Let me find it.
The good old days of Twitch.
It was all gone for a while because while he was banned, it was all gone. But when he got unbanned, all the clips came back. So yeah. So yeah, that's how I ended up dancing. Yeah, he streams on YouTube. He does a lot of like
he's unbanned on Twitch now.
On Omegle.
I've seen him go live on Twitch a few times recently. He is unbanned on Twitch. They finally unbanned him because they gave him like the indefinite ban.
He's quite big on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been killing it. I was
he's quite
always
big
a big
on
fan.
YouTube.
I'm trying to find this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I want to see it. So your emphasis, Behe, has always been on like streaming for the community, right? Not like really streaming for the game.
Yeah, I would play the game in the background and just be an idiot. Like I was just like a clown for everyone to laugh at and have a good time and get drunk and it was just all that. Yeah.
I feel like that's really not as common
I find
anymore. Like I wasn't around for those days, but from what I've seen, it seems like those days of Twitch, like people are just too scared of getting banned now.
Yeah.
We're fucking boring, man. What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Twitch putting more rules in as well.
That makes sense.
Just like, also, like I wouldn't want to be covered in paint. You know, like
yeah, it sounds kind of gross.
I don't know if I'm willing to do that.
I'm just scrolling through his clips.
Depends how many subs I get for it.
You're a fucking princess.
Yeah. I don't know. There's carpet below me. Like what? Like
we should do a base talent show collaborative stream one night, and we'll just you know.
All right, if we're doing a base talent, what's your talent?
My talent? I'm whipping my cock out. Whoever's channel this is on is getting banned.
Okay,
Fuck you guys.
I got a couple clips here. I found some.
Please send.
Send them
All
to
right,
me.
here is the first. I'm gonna put it in after dark.
Give it some context.
Are we just
Here's
gonna
the
watch them
first
at the
one.
same time?
Yeah.
No,
Here's
I'll
the
pull 'em
first
up.
one.
I'll pull them up.
Oh, we're gonna watch them now or later?
Yeah, we can watch them now. T-Pop. Since we're on topic, we can watch it now. T-Pop is gonna stream it.
Oh, nice.
There's 2 clips. I got 2 clips. I have a bunch of them, but we'll just do 2.
We're high tech now.
We'll do 2.
Damn.
We can watch streams.
Production value.
While we do the thing. That's crazy.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
One way to find out.
Be confident,
We've done
Papa.
it before.
Be
We've done it
confident.
before. It's not 100% ready yet.
I hope so. These are both good clips. Watch the one with the girl first, and then we'll warm up with that, and then do the Alfie one. That's probably the best one. Do the other one first.
Do the other one first. Then why did you send them in this order, bro?
Sorry,
we're not this high tech.
I'm sorry.
Bro, 34 views. Holy shit. Damn.
We're about to watch a
8
video.
views.
Okay, just so everyone's strapped in, okay? This clip might blow. It's 8 views from 5 years ago.
Listen, man.
This clip has had
like 20 other people clipped this before I clipped it, okay?
Just to accrue some views.
Crank it, bro. Crank it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got.
We wanted to collaborate to have a good time.
Really, because a new chair would make me really happy, and that makes money. And because I don't.
What happened?
What?
Oh?
We wanted to collaborate to have a good time.
Really, because a new chair would make me really happy, and that makes money. And because I don't know if you can hear this chair, but she's real squeaky. So as long as I get a new chair, then that's all I care about.
All right, look,
I will be your friend after that.
Listen, let me.
So all you care, so you just want money, and that's all you care about.
Listen, if I was in your house, let's say that this is your chair right here. This is what I would do to your chair.
Jesus!
Whatever the fuck.
Jesus, dude.
That's a pretty normal like that. Like he was always John was insane. Dude. He still
Honestly,
is.
bring back the good old
Look
days.
at that room, though, bro.
That's what I said. That room,
Shit is
they just destroyed.
destroyed.
Homie's living in
Dude.
squalor.
Dude, it's
looks
like
like-
concrete ground. Like there's paint on the mirrors. There's trash under the desk that you can see
I
the
don't know if you-
reflection.
I don't know if
That's
you
a
guys have
crack
seen
house.
the music video for Trouble on My Mind with Tyler, the Creator, and Pusha T, but it looks like the house they go into in that. A few people might know.
Okay.
That's so specific, bro.
So the next clip is better. That was just kind of an example of like how he would just go through and be like, I want to collab. Like that's what he would tell people.
Oh, that was him
Look at Alfie, bro.
collabing in a
Alfie's
call?
Alfie. Yeah, that's just him. He would just go through other streamers' streams and be like, hey, do you want to collab?
Oh, he
And
didn't know
would-
that
and-
chick?
No, he didn't know that chick at all. He would just hit him up and he would just talk to them live, and just it was content, dude. Because he could talk for, like he was good. He was a great streamer, honestly.
Dude, I'm
Like,
getting
he
so
did some
much
fucked up shit and some
secondhand
sketchy shit
embarrassment.
sometimes, but he was entertaining. He was a very entertaining streamer, 100%.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang. Okay, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Take your anger out of it. Throw a frisbee at the mirror. Oh my gosh. Let your anger out. Holy fuck! Holy shit! What the fuck are you
This is a rental, yeah.
for? I want you here too. Holy fuck! Which one of you guys made those spots? Dog, I didn't think you were this fucking mad. Can I do it again? I need something different. Do it. Holy fuck!
Bastilla,
so much
hey,
has changed.
Babe, don't get the man's mad, bro.
That is a married man now with a beautiful wife. What the fuck, man?
I miss old RuneScape Twitch. We're a bunch of pussies, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, dude, it used to be wild. Like, this is what I was like. I was about to graduate college. I would just sit there and watch this. It was outstanding content.
Gosh, you're gonna have to help us brainstorm because you know what makes a good clip. So I'm gonna hit you up later. We gotta stop being so boring.
No, seriously.
Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit.
Oh, hello.
Am I here?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you're here. You're like a little pixelated.
You sound good to us.
You're good.
I started lagging a fair bit when we started playing. That.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You ruined him. I think you're good now.
Do you have what ISP do you have?
I got pretty good internet, but it drops out, and that sometimes I got to plug in the Ethernet cord.
You're playing on Wi-Fi right now?
Yeah. I can plug in my cord.
Yeah,
I respect
put the cord
it.
in.
No, I respect it.
But anyway, we shouldn't show this on the podcast, but I found the Tick Dick Ranger clip from Hyphonics.
Please.
I found it.
We need to.
But we gotta watch it. Yeah, don't show it on the podcast. Where do you want me to link it? I'll
Wait, it says on his stream last live 3 hours ago. He was actually streaming?
Yeah, he was streaming yesterday. I saw him live yesterday, and I was pissed because I seen him live. I wanted to raid him, dude. I wanted to raid him. I was pissed.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so I promise I'm wearing underpants in that clip.
Yeah, so you're wearing underpants, and then the dick, like, it's still in underpants, but your dick comes out.
Dude, that's your fucking wiener.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's his wiener, but it's covered, basically. His wiener, but it's covered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His reaction is the funniest part. Is that your dick?
It's funny because he started Altipapa as a Clash of Clans streamer. Actually, he was like he's like professional. He would like do their events.
He was like,
he would like announce for him.
Yeah. And then he came to RuneScape. Like he was all just a staking streamer and like would make bills and drop bills. Like I saw him because he was doing like a 4 or 5 build drop party in Falador or something.
Dude, he's like the original dead streamer before like Odablock and all of them. He was going hard with the dead staking.
Yeah, he started the dead. Yeah, he started all of that.
100%. And now he just does Omegle. I'm pretty sure on YouTube. He's like an Omegle.
Yeah, he like
dresses Omegle. Yeah.
I think his YouTube has like 700,000 subs. I want to say.
Yeah, he kills it. I peep every now and then, watch the Omegle content. He's still it's funny. Like he's a funny guy.
600. He's live now with 1,000 watching him doing Omegle trolling.
Yeah, I'm a dick rider for a Hyphonics. Shout out.
I had never heard his name.
That's probably yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I've heard the name, but didn't know the legend, like the lore behind this guy. Holy.
Yeah, he's got some lore for sure.
He raided me. Was one of the when I started off streaming, and he would raid me with like a few hundred, and it was would hype up the stream.
Fuck yeah.
Guess who raided me on my first ever stream?
Was it Bodhi?
Nah. Oh, I forgot his name for a sec.
Damn, dude.
It's a mystery to all of us.
He doesn't who this man.
He went from RuneScape to Fortnite, and he was like that biggest Fortnite player.
Oh, Cypher. You're talking about Cypher PK? No?
Wait, not Myth?
He was like
who?
No, he was one of the biggest. He like streamed RuneScape. Would like rap for followers. And then he.
Hold on.
Hamlins. Hamlins.
Oh, Hamlins.
Yeah.
NRG Hamlins.
Yeah. He went to Fortnite, went from RuneScape, and then he was getting quite big in the RuneScape category, and then went to Fortnite and was streaming to like 10 people, but he was really good at the game, and then before we knew it, he was like one of the biggest Fortnite streamers in the world, and he blew up, and now he kind of quit.
Why do you guys?
He rated me my first ever.
Why do you guys think like RuneScape is such a breeding ground to like yeet out massive streamers?
Because I think essentially at the core of the game, it is kind of just chatting in a lot of aspects. That you're like not fully engaged, like people are not fully engaged with the game, and neither are you. You're also very interactive, so that can be filtered into a lot of different categories.
I feel like it's a good way to build like to start off. If you're in any other game, to get your like, I don't know, 0 to 50 viewer base can be extremely hard. If you started streaming Fortnite tomorrow, from scratch, like you probably wouldn't move anywhere for a whole year, you know. But
Yeah.
RuneScape, you get 2
Maybe
viewers
longer.
and you're halfway up. You're halfway up the category after a few viewers. Some people will start to notice you, and then you get that viewer base, and then but it has happened a lot where people start in RuneScape, get quite big, and then like Ice Poseidon, and a bunch.
I was going to touch on that. I think that before, you're right that you could get 2 or 3 viewers and be half up the RuneScape section. But today, there's actually a ton of streamers who are in the
that was a joke, but you can.
No, I know, but like you're not right. You're not wrong though. In the past, like
compared to other games, you don't need to get too many to be recognized in the community in RuneScape.
Especially when you have
help
Behemeth.
a lot with that. I'm not gonna lie.
In saying that though, like you know, the thousands and thousands that come and go and get 10 to 20 viewer range, and then you never see them again. Like if I read out the names of people who I was looking at clips of 3 years ago, like you wouldn't know any of them. Like maybe the few big names. It's like there's such a come in and go. Like they don't go anywhere else. Just they come in, try it, and then they're finished. Like I can't believe like how many people actually try to start streaming every year or whatever. It's just like another few thousand every year, you know.
But I bet it would be.
Sorry.
You can go, Zoe.
I think streaming is one of those things that like you look at somebody streaming and you're like, I could do this. Anybody could do this. And then you do it and you're like, oh, this actually requires like a lot more energy and work than I ever thought would go into it. Like it's so much to actually commit to it.
100% agree. 100%. Yeah.
I bet it would be cool to go back towards like some of those old videos and see the people that have flourished since then though. Like how does that not feel good to see that though when you get to use those clips and now you're like, wow, now that person 2 years later is like the top fucking dog, and I've used a clip of them when they probably had like 30 viewers or something.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
I'll always remember my first Behemeth clip.
On a pod a week ago, we all like, did we all share our first Behemeth clips?
Yeah, T-Pop, you want to share what you did on yours again?
Yeah, please.
Do it, please.
All right, Behemeth. So back when I first started streaming.
Yes. Because I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea.
He baited you, man.
So back when I first started streaming, dude, I used to go in and like on clips that I thought were good, I'd have a view bot and I'd go boost my clips to like 20 to 50 views so that I know that you'd see them and that you'd like put them in the YouTube videos.
That's awesome.
But my first ever clip, right? I got this idea to do this, and it's simply me just killing Galvic in a it was an interesting way. Like I got frozen. No, it wasn't on hardcore. It was on a main, but I got hit with that rock that freezes you. And then subsequently a fireball. So I was going to die, but I got one bolt in and it killed him. Like he was on like 5 HP, and it was a lucky hit.
That's a sick clip.
Yeah. So then I view botted it to like
you could have just sent it to me and I would have put it in.
I didn't think about that, dude. So then I view botted it. I got this. I didn't really view bot it. I found a Chrome tab that or a Chrome extension that would like refresh a tab, and then I would just throw a VPN on my computer, and I just had a Chrome extension that was refreshing the tab. And I set it to refresh like, I don't know, like every 5 minutes or something, and something happened, and it just like, it had like 1,000 views in the morning, and it was the #1 clip in the section.
That's a good idea.
And I was like, oh shit, this is obviously view botting. And
he had no idea.
Yeah, and then I did it I did it a couple more times. I probably got onto your videos probably about 8 times like that. And then they're always good clips though.
It's not, I don't put them, like I wouldn't have put them in just because they got views. Like there's so many clips that get views. Like it would have been a decent clip. So I'm sure there's streamers that do that, because I see some clips clipped by the name of the streamer that they send me, and it's got like 200 or 300, and I'm like, sure, like no way. Like unless it just got some really random, like they like the title and people just kept clicking it. Like the streamer clipped it a couple of hours ago and it's got a few hundred views, and you're like, it just seems some of them.
That's
this is completely random, but I clipped myself where I one-ticked a 6-way switch just to like send to someone that I knew, just to be like, yeah, I one-ticked a 6-way, and I look back like the next day and it has 300 views, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
They
and
put it in Discord to make fun of you.
Yeah, it was because it was in the title. I was like 1 tick 6-way, and I'm sure it was because it was clipped by me. People were like, "What? Who fucking cares?" But I was just happy because I could 1 tick a 6-way. That's clean to me. Not many people can.
Yeah.
I mean, people can, but you know, it just felt good.
Yeah, that's
Gaming. I like the Inferno chain, by the way. It's pretty nice accessory.
I know,
you have
bro.
there.
Courtesy. Actually, can I even leak that? It was given to me by a base member. I'm not gonna leak it.
You can go for it. If
It
you
was
want.
ignoble. Hello?
Did you just freeze?
Did we just lose
Nick?
Uniques?
We lost
way.
Damn, dude. Whoever sent it to him fucking got him, bro.
He just hit his
Holy
ass, bro.
shit.
he got doxxed so quick.
You better fucking not.
We're about to get Dory is about to join the stream.
Oh my
Be
God.
prepared.
Why was
That was
so
perfect
fucking funny?
timing.
Gosh dang.
That was actually
You're like, hello. I thought my internet
podcast.
dropped.
I did too. I was like, fuck, not again. But yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was me too.
that's fine.
Damn,
I was
dude, rip.
gonna tell you my experience. I actually fucked myself with you because you sent me a message and I had my request off, so I didn't see it for like months. And then I finally, like months later, was like,
Twitch
yeah,
message.
you sent it to me on Twitch. I
Yeah.
just didn't see it. It was like months later. I finally said, yeah, you can use my clips. I was mad. You kept using Neil's clips. I'm sure you remember Neil.
I remember Neil went dry on the broadcast.
Yeah, you were always using Neil's clips. I was like, I'm dry too. Why is he not using my fucking clips? And yeah, that's because I just never read your message.
Oh, were you the one that he was were you the one he was racing to get the pet?
Yeah, we were racing. But I obviously got it before him. I got it at 10.
Yeah, I only knew you as because I wasn't using your clips. I only knew you as like the other guy that
the other guy. I literally was the other guy because Neil was a beast. I wish he wouldn't have quit streaming, but yeah, I definitely was the other guy. Shout out to
he was
Neil.
just getting a fair bit of momentum before he quit. Yeah.
So was the prison Joe that slathered himself in baby oil? Was that guy never on Behe?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he put me on. That was probably that was towards the end of the Vorkath, so I was getting on at that point. 100%.
Well, was there one you sent me for an intro where you like you sculled a whole bunch of vodka?
You didn't use it. You fucking rat. You rat fuck. Can we pull that clip? Can we watch it? Actually, I have it. Let me pull that clip.
See it.
He like sculled like half a bottle of vodka, and I couldn't use it for a YouTube intro because YouTube gets mad with drinking occasionally.
I was definitely more reckless with the clips as well myself.
What else did you do on that? You did something else.
Ignoble, did you just go live in the
Ignoble,
Discord?
why are you streaming RuneScape?
Wait, I thought that would fix it because now we have 6 things. Like that would fix the.
Papa's got a
niche
thing for it.
No, I just
Did it
went to
not?
the 5.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, all right. You know, I thought I was helping you, bro.
broke everything.
Weird.
My bad.
So scoped.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, show
Bro,
me
we're
the clip. I
slowly
wanna see
dropping
it.
out tonight, like flies.
Yeah, what the hell?
We just
Oh yeah,
really
for
hate-
anybody who is wondering where the rest of our friends are, Tasty unfortunately has an
IBS.
appointment. Yeah, an IBS.
he be shitting himself.
He shit himself, so he couldn't be present today, and we miss him dearly.
Yeah.
But
Not really, but sure.
he didn't even
I
need
do.
Behe, so you know.
He had bad food poisoning, didn't he? Like last week.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
He did actually.
He's going through a rough patch. He's been sick.
Y'all struggling, huh?
Yeah.
You guys healthy? Are we gonna lose you?
I'm chilling, I think.
I'm chilling too, I think.
I had a little.
I haven't been getting enough sleep. Life is a little tough. I'm having
Dude.
trouble falling.
Bro,
to
you
sleep
look.
and staying asleep.
Bro, you look like you. You look like.
Say it. What are you gonna
Say it.
fucking say, Seth? Say it, bitch.
What does he look like?
You look like you might have looked down off the roof the other day. You know what I mean? Whoa! Might took just a quick gander. You know, just look down there. You're like,
Are you depressed,
I'm good,
Ignoble?
Dude, depression
No,
isn't
no,
real.
no.
Just smile, bro. Come on.
You do look like the lead guitarist for an XYZ 2000 band. Whatever you want to whichever you want to use, but it's the hair today. I like the hair. At least you have
Thanks,
it. You
man.
have beautiful hair though. You could be
Thanks, man.
bald, so it could be worse. But
I literally, before this cast, I was in bed napping. I was going to get up a little early, actually comb my hair. But today I just straight up got out of bed, sat down on my fucking PC like, okay.
respect
No,
it.
you look good. Don't worry.
Thanks, man. I've been actually, I don't know if you guys, whoever's watching the cast and listening, unfortunately you can't see this, but I've been trying to grow out a stash. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on the...
How do you want my thoughts? Do you want it in the would versus want way?
What? Just give it to me any way you want. Raw. That's what I want.
Dude, I think with the mustache, you look so Mexican. Just like so fucking Mexican, bro.
You have to shave the rest of the beard.
I'm trying to find this clip. I'm losing it, bro.
Honestly, yeah. If you want to be a big streamer, like just get rid of the beard and just keep the stash. No, I like it. It works. You look mature in a good way.
I found it.
Sí, ese.
You look like
Here
a
we
dad
go.
for sure. Like you look like a dad, like compared to the other ignoble. You've definitely gained some masculinity, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, you've gained
Wait,
some
do we need-
masculinity.
You're saying keep the stash.
Do we need 6 people to react to this?
Yeah. Someone go live with their RuneScape.
Or do you want to wait for Nick? Do we want to take a quick pause and wait for Nick?
It doesn't say that he doesn't know his internet's not back. He just messaged.
You did?
Yeah.
Tell him to join on mobile.
He said, "Do you really want me on mobile for another 2 hours?"
Just say yes. That's fine. I mean, people honestly like
care.
people are primarily listening rather than watching. I mean, I'm sure some people will be glancing at the screen looking at us, but that's not the primary. You know,
Dude, we
most
should
people
just tell
listening.
him no. Be like, we don't want you back. Actually,
Just find it back, bro.
No, I actually don't like you.
You tell him to join back?
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so well, I'll give some context to this clip before we get into it here. So Behemeth was doing a competition for the best intro for his video, like for the clips video. And what were you giving, like $100 or something? I forgot what it was.
I think it was like 1,000.
You were not giving 1,000. That's fine.
No way, dude.
Bro, when are you gonna pay us, by the
Oh
way?
my
We ain't seen a
God.
paycheck in years. What
I
happened?
know.
We ain't seen a
Oh,
paycheck
shit.
in years.
Yo, it's Quincy, bro. It's Quincy. He's back.
It has been a
Keep
while.
talking shit.
Hey, just come
Like
through
a
and sprinkle,
rat.
$10 on us, throw a couple ones at us, like we're some strippers or something. We'll take it.
There's a big part of me that's tempted. That's like I'm so tempted to Mr. Beast the channel and just give out like nearly all of it and see what happens.
It'd be a really cool video. Like,
And there's a
people
big
can
part
say
of me
you're
that
doing
wants that. A big part of me that wants that check in the bank every month.
You deserve it, honestly. You work hard.
Yeah, you
You
work
be
way hard to
grinding.
give a whole
You be
month
grinding.
away. Do not do that.
But
for free.
you don't have to give a whole month away. But if the videos where you like, I don't know, give away like 500 or whatever, that's really cool.
Yeah, I haven't done one for ages. I've started paying an editor, so it's taken off a bit more off the top. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, I am tempted to just YOLO it for a couple of months and see how the community reacts to just giving out a few thousand every month.
Do you have a thumbnail guy now too? I've been liking the thumbnails a lot recently.
I up my game. I had to keep up with an underclothes and a different highlight channel. I had to up my game a fair bit recently.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. But first,
I up my thumbnail game.
We do have this clip here. Nick, we're watching this clip here. A long time ago, Behemeth did a competition for best intro to his video, and this was my submission, and this fucking rat did not... First off, I should have won, and second off, he should have used it, even if I didn't win. This is a banger intro. Go ahead.
It was good.
I almost died.
If you did, I would have used it.
All right, Young Prison Joe. Let's get it. Young Prison Joe. Clip is from
He
3
looks so
years
round.
ago. Has
You look fucking
181
thick.
views.
I was like that was during the powerlifting phase. I was like plus 20 pounds probably.
You look like a big old boy in that motherfucker.
God
It
damn
looks
it,
like you got
Kenny.
looks like you got OJ's glove on the wall.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
He has a singular glove framed for the ladies. That impresses them. All right, I'm gonna play it.
Hey guys, this channel only uses clips from streamers who have given permission.
Oh.
Make sure to drop a like and sub if you're new.
God,
Someone send me this. Send me this clip, actually.
It's good now. It's good now. Redemption, finally.
Enjoy the video.
Whoa. Send me that clip.
Are you okay?
Oh my
This channel
god.
only uses that's a
Send me that
bro.
clip.
I went all out.
Banger.
I went all
It's
out,
good.
man.
I'll
Are you
crop.
okay?
I'll crop the
I
drinking
was, I
out of
was.
it. I'll hide the drinking and I'll use it soon. Send me that clip.
Okay, just blur my last name out there on the right behind me. I didn't care as much before, but maybe I might as well avoid it if I can.
Where is
It's on
your
that.
last name?
It's on the board right behind me there, like under the legs. That's my first and last name. Throw that out.
Seth, hey.
Everybody knows my name's Seth, but yeah, the last name. Just throw that out.
We got reminded when someone said it earlier.
Yeah, somebody put that on the notes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I don't really care that much. There's probably a lot of people that know my last name, but I mean, I'm not just gonna give it out for free. You know, you have to at least work for it.
I don't think you can hardly see it in the background, but yeah, I'll blur it.
Appreciate it. That's yeah. I went all out for that. That hurt. That hurt.
You really did.
I'm so tempted to just zoom in.
The Ciroc, man. The Ciroc. I had a big Ciroc face.
What are you doing, bro?
That's disgusting, dude.
Listen, man. I was more of a tank too. Like that was during the
He was
powerlifting
hungry.
phase. That's when I was working. That's when I was like working in prison and stuff. So I was just a big meathead, just working out.
You're
all the time.
hungry to make it.
I was honestly, yeah. I was trying to make it on, but you know,
Yeah.
full circle.
Sorry.
Just rip that one day. Rip that for the intro one day.
I'm gonna do it this week.
Someone's gonna comment. It's gonna hurt my phone. Like, why is Joe so fat? I can already see one of your rat commenters.
Who's the fat ass?
You really made it, Prison Joe.
Who's that fat fuck shotgunning a bang?
I do have one
If
question.
you have people talking shit about you in the YouTube comments, I think you've made it at that point, right? You know, if you got haters on
your
YouTube,
hunter.
you got it, bro. Or your hunter, yeah. Or your hunter.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, no shade.
How did you accrue like the most cesspool like group of commenters?
Tell me. It's
How did
actually
you get them?
it's actually somewhat tame nowadays.
That's
If
good.
I can go back a year and a half, it was fucking brutal.
It was. Do you remember when like Fat Clouds was going for his partner push, like the shit people were saying about him? Because he had Fatty C had an entire Discord channel in his Discord dedicated to Behemeth comments made about him. And yeah, dude, it used to be worse for sure. People were fucking
and the ones you like, there was a lot of really bad ones, and they're probably the ones that I let get through as well. In saying that, yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just because it's, you know, if you're watching one YouTuber, it's like one personality, but when you watch a clip channel, it's like you're getting, you know, so many different. It was just like the biggest judgment zone where people would just drop the most hate on anyone they didn't like in the slightest. And it still happens.
I remember Odablock got terrible ones too back when.
Yeah, before he was like loved by the community and as big as he was hated. I would use one clip and it would be like an extra 10% dislikes, and we're going to stop watching every time we see him, and like almost like tried to cancel me out of using him. So I made this like 200 IQ play because he was getting pretty big, so I wanted him on the channel. So I made this big play of I'll put him at the end of every video. So if you don't like him, you can click off. If you like him, he's still in the video. So it helped out the best of both worlds. But the analytics showed that no one clicked off like more than the usual drop off. So it was like, it was all just talk, but doing that sorted it out. But now I still get comments now when there's someone that people don't like. Oh, can you put him at the end of the videos? I'm like, it's not a fucking thing where I put anyone you don't like at the end of the videos. It was a one time.
Get over it.
It was like a one-time thing for one of the biggest creators ever. Yeah,
that was crazy.
It's sort of, not to like take anything away from him blowing up, but it helped him get so much publicity because every single comment section was talking about Odablock, whether they loved him or were like, get him off the videos. Like all 50,000 people were talking about was Odablock on the videos. So yeah.
And that was during the time when he had the blanket behind him, or there's a lot of times he had a blanket, or just
he had that like
dress room looking thing,
Asian pattern sheet thing.
Yeah,
not sheet, like a fold out wall.
Those are some of the best clips, man. Especially when he had the bird. Like those are good clips.
Yeah,
the bird.
Yeah, you never seen the bird? He's
No.
a big,
like some big exotic bird.
It was a parakeet.
He's got it on. Yeah, in his new house, he's occasionally got it on, but not often. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It like would fly on him and attack him. It was hilarious.
He still has brought that into his stream like recently. I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Yeah, he does occasionally. Yeah.
I haven't seen the bird in a minute, but it's a pretty good sized bird. Like I wouldn't fuck with that bird. No shot.
Yeah, it's exotic. It's exotic.
I wouldn't fuck with any bird, honestly.
Yo, birds can fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, wait till you come to Australia and see a magpie. You don't have them?
What is that?
Sounds like a Pokemon.
T-Papa, can we T-Papa, can we pull that up?
Implings, bro.
It's look up like magpie swooping.
New name
like,
is Jamie, bro. That's my new name.
Yeah, Jamie. Jamie, pull that up.
Australian.
They're notorious for swooping when it's like breeding season. You go anywhere near their trees, and there's kids and like videos of people running away with magpies swooping them like crazy.
Jeez, the second picture is a kid getting with a magpie behind him.
That's a demon bird. Look at the eyes.
Oh,
Dude, holy shit.
Wow.
Hold on, we might have a video.
That goes viral.
We might have a video.
Yeah, I need to see this.
Yeah, this is a funny video. This is really funny. Look at his little leg powering. He's powering down there.
The 10-year-old was menaced by the magpie near his Lake Illawarra home yesterday morning.
Is that what it's like to live in Australia?
Look at how happy he is. He's like, I'm famous.
Yeah, it's only a certain time of year they swoop when they're breeding. It's around September. Yeah, they can be pretty brutal sometimes.
Let me ask you, if you were the filmer there, would you have just stood there and filmed too and just chill? Because I definitely would have. Like,
Oh my god,
bro, look, he's in terror.
A lot of bike riders will put. Do you guys have zip ties in America? You call them zip ties. A lot of them will have zip ties all sticking up from the top of their helmet to like fend off, so the magpies will see that and not come swoop them.
Damn, y'all really out in the fucking Wild West, huh?
damn.
Yeah.
If I saw someone ride it, if we saw someone on the streets in America on a bike with a helmet with the zip ties, we would have some different thoughts. It'd be more of like a mental illness type.
Yeah.
Like that guy.
It does look super weird, but people just know. Oh, yeah,
if it works, it works. That bird, those birds are
for sure.
That bird looks evil.
Like they'll draw and put like fake eyeballs on the top, so if the magpie thinks you're looking up, it won't swoop. So that, yeah.
If I saw someone with fucking googly eyes on their helmet walking around, I'm calling 911, bro.
Absolutely.
Get that person fucking institutionalized.
That's gold.
They need the grippy socks, bro.
I think Oda should adopt a magpie.
I mean, it would be content.
Those don't exist in America at all.
I
mean,
I've never been
I
chased.
don't know.
I've never seen a bird. Birds aren't fucking real.
It reminds me of Oklahoma's state bird, the scissortail flycatcher. It'll do the same shit. The scissortail?
Okay.
Have you been attacked by it?
If you go up to like its nest, because they'll nest like outside, like on the street. If you literally go up near its nest, it'll literally chase you away. Like it gets really loud and like it gets mad. It'll chase you like a good bit too, like way away from its nest. It's crazy.
I mean, don't fuck with Mama Bird. You know, if you see Mama Bird, just stay away. That's what I would do. I can't think of anything here though. We have hawks here. Like there's a lot of hawks. Saw one scoping out our toy poodle back in the day, and I got scared, but didn't get attacked, thankfully.
Bro, I've definitely seen like a video of a hawk swooping in and like picking up a fucking lamb or something, like a tiny sheep or some shit.
Definitely not a sheep. That sheep would be way too heavy.
Really?
Maybe like one of the. It's like a golden eagle. It's like a huge bird.
Maybe that or something. I forget what, but there was like a video of just like this giant bird swooping up and taking like a mammal. I'm just like,
I think what you're just talking about is where they pick up the. That's the golden eagle grabbing. It's the mountain goats. They like grab them, they'll pick them up, and they'll drop them.
Yeah, then they throw them off to fucking kill them, dude. That shit is.
Nature's a motherfucker, man.
Dude.
And shout out to Planet Earth. Like getting fucked up and watching Planet Earth is a good time if you've not done it.
Honestly, so true.
You should partake.
Yeah, I love that.
100%. But
I've been watching a show on Netflix called Our Universe. It's the same thing, but it's narrated by Morgan Freeman. Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
that's gold.
It's so good. It's so
You don't
excellent.
like David Attenborough? More of a Morgan Freeman guy?
I'm more of a Morgan Freeman guy. Yeah, I'm going Morgan Freeman.
That's fair.
They're all, I feel like they're all different things, you know. The universe one is like the, you know, the planets and shit, but like we have Blue Planet, we have Planet Earth, and you can see all the crazy, like there's a lot, you know.
My favorite's the ocean. I'm a slut for the ocean. That's my favorite. So the ocean's
for the ocean too.
Have you watched Blue Planet 2, the more recent one?
I need to. Is it out? Is it on Netflix? I'm going to.
It was on Netflix.
I literally will watch it tomorrow. Okay, I've only seen the first one, but that stuff's really interesting to me.
Shit's gas. Highly recommend. Getting high and watching shit in the ocean is just like fire.
If I'm gonna partake again, that might be the first thing I partake to. It's been a while, so that'd be a good way to break it back in.
Tennessee will do it.
I have a
prison Joe high.
I have a question for you, Mr. Behe, in your YouTube channel and your highlights.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, what is the thing? I guess we'll even go back to streaming, but what's the thing that you have received the most lashback on? Because I feel like you're pretty public. There's
been a few. There's been a few.
I remember one. I got one.
I reckon. I'm trying to think of the most. There's been a few things I've had to quickly cut out. Probably the one that comes to mind is when Rig fainted. Do you remember that clip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was streaming and fainted, and I used it. I'm like, and he was in the hospital, but no one had contacted him before I used it. I was sort of like, oh, and I did it pretty nice, like treaded really lightly, and was like, if he does need help, if it's serious, we're here to help. And people I went to bed and woke up, and like phone had like 1 million like notifications, and the community went mad. So I quickly cut it out. I'm like, look, I was just trying to, I just thought people would want to know, like viewers of his who weren't in his stream might be looking out for him, want to know about it. Anyway, I saw that there was a lot of people going crazy, so I cut it out. And then, when he got back to his phone, he messaged, he's like, bro, should have kept it up. I don't go for it. I'm sweet with I don't care what clips you use. Yeah. So that one I copped a lot of backlash at first. There's no other massive ones that I can really think of. There's been a few where I've maybe accidentally spoiled a YouTube video where I've had to quickly go cut it out. The Bodhi messages are always the scariest. When I get a message from Bodhi, I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
The first one of his is actually the funniest because I go onto Twitter for the morning. I'm like, oh sick, Bodhi followed me. And then I'm like, I was stoked. I'm like, oh sweet. Check messages and I'm like, oh shit.
Did you spoil a video of his?
I was like, I don't know if it was a whole video, but he's like, I didn't want you to use that type of clip. Can you cut that out? I'm like, yep, no worries. Cut it out faster than anyone. I cut out the Bodhi clips.
I mean, as you should. I mean, you got to.
Yeah, he's the king, man. Yeah. He's the only other ones. I'm like, oh shit, sorry, didn't mean to. It shouldn't make much of a difference. All good.
You're at least honest.
You're good. Yeah.
I feel like I'm usually pretty good. I'd probably use 1,000 clips a month. I don't know how many clips I use. Quite a lot, and I'm usually pretty good. But Bodhi's scared. He makes me a bit intimidated.
I do remember when you pissed Han off. I do remember that one. That was
yeah.
funny.
So yeah, that was my other one that came to mind. Yeah, Will got some Bandos boots, and I said something. I was like, just made a quick little joke, that's why Hannah's with him for all of his GP when the boots were worth 800K. So it was a joke that she wasn't with him for his GP, and she went mad. She was so mad. So
Hannah got mad over that.
Yeah, super mad. She was fucking lethal. So talk to her DMs, cut it out. End of the story. Haven't been able to use her clips or Will's clips for the last 2 years. So that's where that was the end of that. Yeah, because I used he got Banner's boots and I said she gold digger and put yeah, she a gold digger, that little song. And I thought it was kind of funny at first, but I guess not.
Damn. I feel like it's affected the channel at all not having the two of them on there, or not much?
Nah, I feel like Will was mainly leaning that way anyway, because his YouTube's his YouTube was kind of popping, but me and him, we sort of started streaming at the exact same time, and when we were the 30 to 50 viewer range, we'd always host each other, so we had a bit of that sort of started together sort of respect. So even though his YouTube was getting bigger and bigger, I think he didn't mind that I was using them, but not using those two clips. I'm like, no, there's times when I can't use Bodhi's clips, Foe's clips. One or two creators aren't going to change a channel. It's a whole community thing. So I don't think it's affected the channel at all.
That's fair.
I always like to rip on Will, and there was mad jokes that he was there's so many mad jokes with Will. So I kind of was disappointed not to use his clips. I didn't use Hannah's that often. But I missed Will. I miss Will's clips just because of the banter I'd have with his clips. But yeah.
That's fair.
It is what it is.
I mean, for as long as you've been doing it to piss off like I mean, you haven't really pissed many people off, so you've done a good job in my opinion, at least. Because it's especially with what you're doing, it's pretty. I would say it's pretty easy to fucking piss someone off. So especially when you're trying to be entertaining.
And you got to tread so lightly with what the community will accept. So it's like when all the
dad jokes,
the death, not just the jokes, but like when all the it's like, someone gets convicted for real world trade and then you can't use their clips. Or like, say, Coxie, there's a big community that like hates him now. And I'll use him.
It's just sad on all of his alts.
I'll still use his clips. And then there's like a lot of commenters that pipe up. And I know he's copping a lot of shit for it at the moment.
Why do you think that, like, we all think people hating Coxie is so funny. I don't know why we think it's so funny.
Why do people hate Coxie?
Yeah, I thought it's Coxie. It's just so funny to say that you did.
Like, it's hilarious because it's a joke, but turns out it's not a joke. But
who hates that he cheated and people actually think that is like.
I'm a nice guy. Like we're cool, but I think people it's just Reddit. So
I think there's just people with way too much time on their hands, like the meme, like go touch some grass. Like people really need to just go outside. And,
I think people are jealous because he's good at the game and he gets all the drops. So like, why wouldn't you be jealous?
Dude, he's killing it. Like I was saying it today. Like we were joking in my stream about fuck Coxie, whatever. He's a cheater. But then I said honestly, I was like Coxie, he's killing it. He's destroying it on Twitch. Like he pulls big numbers. He does very well for himself. So he's a beast.
He's fine. He can take the heat.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He's okay. He's laughing to the bank.
Do you remember my cheese caper clip?
Yeah, that was hilarious. I love that.
So mad.
Yeah, and I've done that. There's been a few other streamers who have done that since you did it, copying you. Really? Like, they'll go out and do a similar thing, and I use it, and I've said a few comments like, I don't know. I've never had an Inferno cape, and it's like people get mad as.
Just go get an Inferno cape. It's easy.
Yeah, that was funny. So that one was gold.
It's so it's in the things that the community just like randomly gets upset about is truly it's sometimes baffling.
I always say like a lot of the comments that are complaining about that, like if you look at a video and it's got like 50,000 views and it's like there's a comment with like 50 likes, it's like that's such a small proportion. I always say it's like a vocal minority like that are complaining. Most people like it. Sweet, that was a good video, click off. But then the ones that like keyboard warriors or just people who complain, they're just on their keyboard. Oh, she went into the cheese game. Like, it's just complaining.
Well, the YouTube commenters are the scum, and then like the Behe commenters are like, scary. Like, I was gonna
say, no offense.
There's a lot of good ones. You gotta think. You got to think there's 90% good, but the ones that stay in your mind and you think about are the ones where they're ragging.
I only remember all the mean things people have said about me.
100%.
There is so many nice ones, but you just go, that's a normal comment, so you don't like take any mental note of it. But
have you ever reached out to someone for permission to use a clip and they said no? And like, I'm just curious, how weird is that when they do say no? Like, is it awkward? You're just like, okay, and you move on?
Yeah, I just go, yeah, sweet. Some are obviously because they're like, oh no, you can't because I use YouTube, and then some are just like there is some real weird interactions, but like, no, I don't want you to use them.
That's what I was asking. I was like, I wonder, and also like, does anybody who's smaller ever like reach out to ask you to delete stuff too? And you're like, why the fuck? Like outside of them having a YouTube, and you're like, why would this person want this deleted? Like, does that ever happen?
Not very often, because I don't use the clips before they say yes, I can use them. So I don't just chuck them in. I don't like. Yeah, I won't chuck them in, send them a message, and if they don't write back, I'll just use it anyway. I'll wait for them to write back. So that like very, very rarely, like maybe it's happened once a year sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
But there's been a couple of times where I've asked them and they said, oh, I don't use them because I do YouTube, and I've seen their clip and go, oh yeah, just chuck it in, thinking that they said yes. I forgot that they like said no, or I quickly check the DMs and I see a message from them assuming it says yes, and they've said, oh, why'd you use that clip? I was like, oh shit, sorry, cut it out. There's only been one time someone's actually like copyright strike the channel for using their clip when they said yes, I could use it.
Jesus.
Do they just do it like maliciously?
Do we care to leak that? Do we care to leak that or no?
Yeah, it was some dude who was like he got done in the fishing bank like PvP world, like some trick where they take all your items, whatever.
Oh, I saw that.
And he said, yeah, you can use it. And then I think in the clip I made a joke about his inventory tags, or the commenters were ragging on him because of his invent tags. Something, it was either me or the commenters or both. Anyway, I had a copyright strike, and it's like, if you get 3 of them, we'll delete the channel or if whatever. And then I had to email him, and he was, let's just say, he's fairly mentally unstable, sending me these big essays and that. And I was just like, being as nice as possible, like, please just remove that. I'll take the clip out, it's fine. And then wanted to keep messaging me, like, he removed it like a day later, which was nice, no worries. But then, like, I was just like trying to distance myself from him as much as possible, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you get the copyright strike? Like, does it get taken back or anything if you? Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. So they give you the person's email. The only problem is I could have appealed it, but to appeal it, you have to submit your, like, literally your personal like, you fully dox yourself. You have to put in like your full name, your address, and everything. And I'm like,
and it sends it to them too, right?
Yeah, so you get all of their personal details and they get all yours. And like, this person was pretty mentally unstable. I'm like, I don't want them knowing anything about me.
Yeah.
So I emailed back and forth a few nice emails, and they took it down. I also posted on Twitter, and they were getting a whole bunch of flack for it as well. So shout out to the community for helping with that. That's the other thing. If someone's trying to be, if someone's trying to be a streamer and they say to the highlight guy, yeah, you can use the clips, the highlight guy uses them, and then they strike the channel, like, the community is going to be pretty fucking mad at that person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I had a question kind of in reference to that. So, are you the first, like, highlight channel that, like, had the idea to get around the whole copyright thing by asking consent? Were you the first person to do that? There's nobody else who did that for you?
No, first that I knew of, yeah.
Okay.
At least definitely in RuneScape, like. Yeah, that's why.
Do you like remember a distinct moment where it just like came to you, like, I'm just gonna go around and ask all these streamers for their permission and I'll be good? Like, was there a moment that happened?
I remember the exact time where it was like, I don't know how I got the thought, but I was like, I really like the highlight, because when I was a streamer, I loved being on the highlight channels because so many people would come to my chat and say, oh, I saw you in the video. So I loved being on them because it was good for viewers to come watch me. And then I loved watching them. That was probably the main content I watched, was the highlight channels. And while I was a streamer, I was like, why isn't there a channel that just asks for permission? Like, the only thing people could critique about the highlight channels was that they don't ask for permission. And I'm like, 90% of the clips they would use, people would say, go for it. So that baffled me when I was a streamer. And then after a year or so of not doing any content creation, I was thinking of what to do. And then it sort of came back to me like, oh, I love the highlight channels. No one's doing them at the moment, except for like, it was like 1 or 2 bots that would get like 1,000 or a few hundred views per video that were like literally bot programs that would just download the clips, upload, that sort of thing.
That's so
And I was like, I already have a fairly good relationship with, at least most of the mid-tier streamers, maybe not like your Foes and Bodies up the top, but I had a pretty good relationship with most of them and was sort of known that I streamed and would like, they'd know I was the next streamer. So I had them on Twitter and that. So I just literally got a copy paste message. I was like, stuff it. Sent it to like everyone on my Twitter list. And then the ones that wrote back were the ones whose clips I used in the first video. And then, the first video, like maybe after 3 or 4 days, was up to like 20 or 30,000 views. I was like, okay,
that's fucking
this is I was like, okay, everyone wants this channel badly. So it just snowballed from there.
The marketing was good too, with where you would offer the $50 to say, you say Behemeth before the kill, and if you said Behemeth and got the drop, then you give him $50. It was like
all it was a $50 competition, and like the whole community was saying, Behemeth. I tried to do the same competition for like $100 like 8 months ago, and there was like fucking no streamers did it, so I'm like, that ship sailed.
Man, I remember. Hey, listen, there was a time it used to be cool to say "clip it, Behemeth." There was a time that was actually cool.
I say your name before I open every medium casket.
It's a good
every
meme.
medium casket, I say your name because every single one.
It's evolved now into like, it's now it's like the meme. It's got its past, like, clip Behe, clip it, Behemeth. Yeah, which is like, it's a good place to be.
It's funny it was not even a meme. It was actually streamers going, clip it. Like, it was actually a thing. Yeah,
100%.
That's when what was his name? The Neil who got the Vorkath pet.
Yeah, didn't he say Behemeth before he got his?
He must have said it like 4,000 or 5,000 times, and it was like the best promotion for the channel because people would be in a streamer's chat and they'd be saying Behemeth before a kill, and they're like, "Who's Behemeth?" They'd go to the channel.
Does it ever irk you when people spell Behemoth wrong?
Yeah, I don't like when it's the Behemoth. That's the main search. And did you see someone put up like a high scores of YouTube views for 2022 recently?
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Yeah.
They put it was like Behemoth's old school RuneScape highlights, and I was like, no, like,
Man.
So
you donkeys.
I put that in a video, and a few people were commenting like, "Oh, I didn't even realize it was Behemoth." Like they just. Yeah.
It's like that Berenstein Bears thing. It's like, unless you really notice, then it just always looks like the normal word.
So if you go to YouTube and put in like OSRSB, it will come up with Behemoth, not Behemoth. Is the thing. That's just people search, but it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me, but I like Behemeth better.
Where does it come from?
Do you like meth?
Yeah.
So
shout out meth.
Yeah, my Twitter, because the Behemoth, how it's spelt like without any spaces or anything, was taken on Twitter. So my Twitter was Behe_meth. And everyone would come in and I'd be acting hypo, like dancing and whatever, and everyone would think it's like a joke because it's like meth. But my name is Ethan. So it's like the ETH is like my friends call me ETH for short. So it's Behemeth because of Ethan. Yeah.
Damn, that's some lore, huh? I had no idea.
Could you take us through like a day in the life of Behemeth? Like what does like a standard like I guess you say work day look like for you? Because I'm curious. I really am curious because I know you have a lot going on. You're married, you got kids, you work.
They're all they're all fairly similar. So the day I tell you will pretty much be every day through the week. Like weekends are obviously different, but yeah. So I'll get up between 5 and 5:30. Get up and work on the video to usually about 6:30. If I'm running late on the video, maybe till 7 o'clock. So maybe get in an hour and a half of video stuff, which is mostly the video is done the night before I go to sleep. Pretty much the thumbnail's done, title's done, and the video's more or less done. But if there's any massive clips from the overnight that I want to chuck in, I'll chuck them in. Have the video, sort of finalize it, maybe add in a couple of things, upload it, and then the rest of the morning is me grabbing all of the clips for the next day's video. So straight away as it's uploaded, I'm grabbing all the clips I can for the morning before I go to work. And now that I've got the editor for the 5 days while I'm working, I'll send those and the voiceover. I'll just get the clips, do the audio, send it over to him. Then I've got about half an hour, 45 minutes to get ready for work. If my fiance is not working, she'll drop the kids to school or daycare. But if she's working, the kids will be getting up while I'm working, sort of thing, or I'll have to finish my work earlier if the little one gets up. Get us all ready for the day, drop them off, go to work, come home, and then usually for about the first hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, all YouTube stuff, then done. Turn off the computer. Mrs. has finished dinner, go have dinner, spend as much time with the kids, go exercise, whatever. And that's my work week.
Damn, honestly, we have the same amount of hours of it in a day as this guy.
Double you.
That's some grind set.
What does the clip grabbing process look like?
Wait, can I ask a question about schedule before?
One sec before that. This is with an editor. Before the editor, I was doing that, but doing all the edits in the clips. Now I'm just doing the voiceovers, sending them off, grabbing the clips, doing the thumbnails, doing the title, whatever. While I was doing the editing, that was a big grind. That was so much effort. And last year I was like up to like 930 videos, and I was burning out big time. So now that the editor's on, I'm like, I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more again. It was just too much. So with the editor, the weeks aren't even, it's probably like the smaller of those times I was saying is probably what I do when I've got the editor. Without the editor, it's probably the bigger of those times. All right. Yep. Next.
I was just going to ask, I remember, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, you changed your upload schedule. Like, why was that? What changed then? So
that was a good change for me. So basically I was getting home from work and having to do the video, and it was like the pressure of having to get it uploading, whatever. and then would wake up in the morning and do a little bit of it, but it would mostly be pretty much it was all done in like 80 or 90% of it was done all in one go. But by changing the upload, I changed it so I'd sort of do half, go to sleep, and then do the other half. So it's like half in the afternoon, half in the morning, and it just meant it wasn't like the video's most of the time done the night before I go to sleep and wake up, more or less. So it was like, it was pretty stressful getting home and having to quickly grab the clips, having to quickly do it. This way, it's like if I have a really busy morning, I can leave it for the morning and do it. Like I can do the video for the next day in the afternoon only. But if I have the morning time, it can free up my afternoon. It just splits the video in two, more or less. But it makes it so much easier for me doing it like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't just like sit down and edit a video for hours. Like I need to do like a few, 2-hour periods or I will go crazy too. So that makes sense. Just curious.
Follow up to that. Do you, so like, honestly, are you still enjoying like making the videos, or is it more of a job now? Like, where are you at on the burn?
When I was editing it, like when I was doing everything 100% myself, like that was 900 odd videos all myself. Towards the end, I was so burnt out. But now with an editor, I'm enjoying it more again. Like at the start, loved it, loved the growth, loved this. And now without the actual grind of editing it, except for the 2 on the weekend, which the weekend it's like, I usually get them all done before the kids are ready to go out and enjoy the day, So, I'm enjoying it way more now. To be honest with you, last year I was like, before I didn't really cross my mind of getting an editor. I don't know why, but there was a time where I was like, I'm going to see this year out and just quit. I was like, I've had enough. I can't do it forever. Yeah, I was like, but then someone suggested an editor, and I'm like, oh, so I just didn't think it would. I didn't think it would really work because it's a really short turnaround time for the editor. Like, not every editor can do it.
I thought you had one because I knew because you had told me before, because I told you about my job and you had told me about your job. I was like, he's got to have an editor. Like I had no clue you were doing that all by yourself. That's insane.
So that was busy, but when I was streaming was busier than doing the YouTube because I was trying to stream 4 nights through the week. I was working there was nothing in the mornings before work, but I would go to work, come home, stream for 4 hours, and I would literally be like falling asleep, having my dinner, and then just going straight to bed. Streaming was way worse while I was, and that's why I quit, because as soon as my first son was born, it was like, I'm not getting any time. I'm only seeing him for 40 minutes in the morning. I'm going to work, coming home, streaming, then going to bed. He was already asleep. So I was like, I'm going to miss my son growing up for streaming. So that's why I quit streaming. And then I sort of had that time where I was like, all right, I've got plenty of time for him, but I've got a bit of extra time for something else. And then that's when the YouTube started. I was like, and the YouTube's way better. Like I can duck off, help out, go have dinner, come back, do a little bit, split it. So most of it I do before the kids are even awake. Like that's why I get up so early, so I can do it before the kids are awake and then spend time with them.
What do the wife and the kids think? Do they understand? Like what's the dialogue there?
Obviously my partner understands. When I was streaming before kids, it was almost like a duo stream. She would be in most of the streams doing it with me. But then when our son was born, she was just cooking dinner doing that. So she understands it. She played RuneScape with me for a while.
Oh really?
I got her into RuneScape. We played together. That was awesome times.
That's cute.
So she fully gets it. She's more or less stoked, like financially, how much it's hooked us up. Like she's over the moon, like so happy with it.
A video every day with ads, dude. Ooh.
Hey, yeah, she got that good
you
ring.
Must be balling, huh?
She got that rock.
Goddamn.
Yeah, she got that ring.
As I am, like completely life changing. Like we wouldn't be where we're at now, like at all. So like, count my blessings. Can't believe like I couldn't when I first started the channel. Like I was literally probably the worst editor on the RuneScape YouTube scene. Like, and I was getting like tens of thousands of views per video, and I could barely even like cut a fucking video at all. I literally just learned. I literally learned as I went, and like even a video of mine from like a year and a half popped up. A year and a half ago, I popped up, and I was like the audio was before I had this mic. I had like a Blue Yeti, and it sounds. I listened to it, I'm like, oh, how did I get like 1 million to 2 million views a month? And it's like the audio is so bad.
I remember that upgrade.
Crap.
That was a nice upgrade.
That was a big day. I remember.
The edits were crap. And now I'm like the skills I've got now are like still not anywhere near like even my editor. He does a way better job than I do, but I can sort of just hold my own with my skills now. But yeah, it was just fully adapting and learning as I was going.
I noticed when you really got an editor though, because I remember as I was watching, I forgot what it was, just like a PvP clip, and like the special tag came and like zoomed in, there's sound effect, like the blur. I was like, okay, someone else is doing this shit now. There's no.
So around the 9, we're up tomorrow's video is 1062, and around the 900. Around 940, we got an editor.
Wow.
It was just for 2 days for a while.
Is that between both? Is that both channels combined? Because I was gonna ask you about that. Like, how did they you pretty much kind of hit a brick wall with that? Like, you got fucked by YouTube for a while, and then you made the second channel.
Correct. Yeah. Well, for the first year or maybe 8 months of the old channel, though, it wasn't monetized for the first long time.
Wow.
Damn.
You knew that?
8 months.
Yeah, or maybe even a year because I wasn't like changing the content. I wasn't commentating over it. I wasn't adding any special edits. YouTube has a reuse content policy, so you can't just get all the top streamers' clips, put them into a video, upload it, and be monetized. It's got to be, like their words are, transformative. You've got to make it your own somehow, or else everyone could just leech everyone's clips. You know, you could just get someone's VOD and post it and maybe get views and I don't know. Anyway, they have that policy. So like I applied for to be monetized heaps of times, rejected. So I actually, for the first 8 months to a year, like I had a super sneaky way where I was getting some YouTube ads. Do you want to hear how I was getting YouTube ads?
Yeah.
Do you want us to cut it out? We can.
Nah. I've been in other podcasts where I've said, I'll tell you off the podcast how I did it, but I don't think it matters anymore. And like,
what are they gonna do?
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Demonetize him? I mean,
I don't think
demonetize us? Okay. Who cares?
There's a big YouTuber that has a video with 2 million views explaining how you can get around YouTube's copyright system, and I more or less use that for how I could get ads. It's not as much as you would get. It's sort of see it as like maybe 50. You get like the end amount you get is about 50% of what you would regularly get from YouTube ads. Say. All right, so basically, let's say you put Taylor Swift's song on your video for 30 seconds or 10 seconds, right? Any revenue, YouTube will automatically put ads on that video. Taylor Swift will get that revenue because she's the artist. Yeah?
Follow.
You with me? You follow?
Following, yeah.
Following.
So I was a musician for a little while. There's websites you can go on, make your own digital song, clicking like like a keyboard sort of thing to make music. I don't know. I'm terrible at music. But my partner made a song, uploaded that to the music distribution site. They distributed it to YouTube. I put that song in my videos. Do you remember my videos used to have a really weird song for the outro?
No, what did it say?
I remember the
It was
outro
really
song.
bad. It was like it had to go for 30 seconds. There was a really weird song for 30 seconds, and it would be copyrighted to this random name underneath the video. That copyright was my alias making the song. So YouTube would put ads on the video and pay the artist, and I was the artist, so I was getting revenue through that. Yeah,
that is so smart. That is so sick.
Oh my God. So he's a musician too.
Yeah, because it was like
Damn, what can he do?
it was like very basic monotone song.
I remember now.
That's the song, and it went for 30 seconds, so it completely killed the watch time and all of that. But I never even knew about that stuff back then. I just knew, I can make some money from the videos.
That's
so
insane.
That was one way. But in saying that, when the music companies, like the music websites, it's not fully. It's like frowned upon a little bit, I guess. Anyway, I had one account on the music. Like when they find out, they sort of freeze your account. And I've got one music account over there frozen with around $10,000. Can't even. I've messaged it like 20 times. Can never get it back. Just stuck there because they went, no, you can't do that. We're freezing your account. And I'm like, where's this money going? And can I just get that money? And like, no, they just don't write back ever. So that's stuck there.
That is insane.
Dang.
They're going to wait till you forget, and then they're going to yoink it all.
Yeah,
exactly. Wouldn't you say though that period of time kind of molded you to what you are now? Because I remember like you went through the phases. First you were just kind of commentating a little bit, and then you would apply, no, then you would do more, apply, no, then you do more, and now. Yeah.
The way it happened is I was doing the music thing, and then every so often you can only apply once every month to get YouTube ads, and then I stopped applying after a while because I did it like 4 or 5 times, and I just realized it wasn't happening. Then I don't know, one day I just clicked it, and then 2 days later they said yes, they monetized the channel, and I was like, what? I was fully like couldn't believe it. Had it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they took it away. And then I was like, for those 2 or 3 weeks, I was like, wow, okay, this can make a lot more money than I was ever expecting from the other method I was doing. So then that's when I started adding in, introducing the clips, trying to get the monetization back. And then they gave it back, and I kept it for 8 months. And then they took it away. And then no matter what I would do on that channel, I felt like I was doing so much commentary or editing, they just wouldn't give it back. And I had my other channel with like 2,000 subs that was monetized, that was doing like the review style videos. I was like, all right, fuck it. Everyone fly over to this channel. And like 20 or 30,000 people like jumped over within the first month or two. And it was monetized. And that's the channel we're on now. And it's, now that we're doing that much editing and that much commentary, that's like the style that is sort of morphed into how it happens now, because of the way YouTube went. And I guess the videos are way better now, in my opinion, than they were before anyway, with the more editing, sort of telling you a little bit about the clip. So yeah, now the channel is, touch wood, should be fairly safe for monetization. And that's where it's at. And since that, I was still trying to while I was trying to get the monetization back on the old channel, pretty much the only way to do it was to delete all the old videos, because the reason they weren't giving it back was because there was 700 or so, 600 videos not following the style they wanted. So I deleted all those videos, which hurt so much. But it's got like 50 or 100 videos on it that follow that style. And the old channel, the original channel, is monetized now. It's been monetized for like the last 8 months to a year or something. But
do you post on
all the momentums? No, not really. All the momentums on the other channels. So I don't want to migrate everyone over again. It's just not worth it.
You should just post some IRL shit on there.
I'll probably
put turn it into something else.
Yeah, I've got some random things on there. Like when I made the 1,000th video, I put like a big thank you message on there to everyone. There was a few donation out videos on there. Like there's a few random things on there, but yeah. So yeah, that sort of molded the content to be what it is today, is YouTube's monetization rules.
How worried were you when you finally decided to do that switch over to the other account? Because I remember I was watching those videos every day, and at the end of every video, you were essentially like giving a breakdown of what was going on. Yeah. Like you were like informing us, like, hey, this is what happened. Like I reached out again, yada yada yada. Yeah. And then I remember when the switch like became like, oh shit, he's actually gonna switch channels. Like that's fucking insane. And I was like, yeah, and it worked. Like I watched, I switched, and I think everyone did.
I hate the videos of when I was trying to get monetization back, and I was like trying to do like a little like meme review at the start of the video, or like just talk at the start of the video before getting into the content. And it was so like I was trying to actually. There was a while where my webcam was on the screen, like doing faces when people got the drops. Like it was so forced, and I hated it. It was terrible. But it sort of molded to be where it is now, so it worked out in the long run.
That's what I was saying. Like it's definitely you can see the growing pains. You can see you can see the development. Like you got it down pretty. You got it down to
watching the old videos. I can't believe the community still followed me through all of that and still kept up with it. Like shout out to the community. But I watched the videos. I'm like I can't believe they still followed me through and did all that while I was getting to where the channel is now. Like
it's a RuneScape news, because like a lot of people who watch content creators, they go through periods of time where they don't watch Twitch, and they can pull up a Behemeth video and they're caught up like what everybody's like, because it pretty much just shows what all the streamers like their progression and whatever they're doing. So it's just neat, because that's how I stay current. Like I know, like say you have Ignoble getting whatever on there, now I know that. Now when I see him, I'm like, hey, GZ on that, hey, that's sick. Like it keeps me informed.
Yeah, that's what I love about it as well. Probably my favorite part of the channel is like the jokes and the memes that do it. Like I love all that, like making everyone. I love the other side, making everyone catch up with what's happening, and that's definitely needed. But I got like a pretty like a joking personality, and my favorite thing is, you know, like ripping on Defy or Ignoble, or like, but it's always the people who can take it. Like, obviously I wouldn't just go like rag on Bodhi or something, you know what I mean?
All right, man.
Fuck you. Just saying he can't take it.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good rag.
Okay.
The accidental rag.
It's like people I feel like I know well enough. Like most of the Aussies cop it probably the most, because I jump in their stream a bit and I know that they don't care if I fuck around, and like they'll fuck around with me, and like, yeah, that's my favorite bit, is little stupid memes. And like, I don't know, like lately it's been like Dino and the Tina thing. Like I find that shit hilarious. Like all those little jokes. That's my favorite part about it.
Yeah, you've been going hard on that one. I did want to bring up that we have now we have the RS Chronicles channel, which is pretty. I guess I like they're doing what you're doing, but in a different way. Like what are your like what were your initial thoughts when you saw that like gaining traction?
Yeah, originally Kemp messaged me before starting, and we were talking for a while, and it was kind of originally sort of meant to be structured as like a Chris Archie thing, and his first videos were like 3 minutes. I was like, oh sweet, they were more like community clips. So at first I was like, oh sweet, it's like it's going to be different, because we also had the PvP one from Swede, RuneScape Moments, or top RuneScape Moments or whatever. That popped up about a year before Kemp's as well, and I was a little bit worried, like as you would be. So when Kemp's popped up, yeah, it was different at first, and then it sort of started. It obviously would get more views matching what I was doing, so I was like, oh, I was a little bit annoyed at first, but now it's like, it's sort of, what's that saying where it's like, not to talk up my channel, but it's like if you're on the top of the hill, you're like, you're not really like trying for more and more. But if there's like someone nipping at your heels, you're like trying harder. You know that saying I'm trying to think of? It's like if someone's chasing you down, you're going to run faster than if you're just running anyway. So it's like, it's healthy competition. At first, I sort of see it as like, at first I was like, you know, if there was one fast food, if there was a McDonald's on the street and a McDonald's opened up next door, you'd be like, what the fuck you doing? Like, I'm here. Why are you opening up? I kind of see it like that. But then let's keep to the restaurant analogy. It's like, okay, that McDonald's brought in more people, and the people who ate at my restaurant eat at both restaurants. So my viewership has only gone up because of his channel. So at first I was super worried, but yeah, it made me work harder to have to keep up with the quality. So kept up with the, you know, I'm not on that level of quality, but he pays like a lot more per video than me, heaps more. So I haven't kept up with that like exact quality, but it's really made me focus on thumbnail, title, checking out the watch time compared to click through rate, all that. So my views were sort of struggling before he started at like sort of in the 30,000, like high 30,000 range. And now it's like pretty consistent 50,000s. So the added extra work I've had to put in has really helped the channel. And then I look at my old thumbnails and I'm like, yeah, they were so outdated for what I was trying to do. And now it's just like the one little, if you saw my title used to be like a 2-part thing trying to explain everything. The thumbnail would have like 1 million pictures on it. Now it's like, now it's just trying to be like a super simple title, a super clean thumbnail, and it's working so much better. So
I just pulled up the channel. Those thumbnails are like, look really good. Really and good. I don't know when this shift happened in YouTube, but like I'm not a huge YouTube guy. I'll preface it with that. But like at some point a switch flipped, and like every single creator like has put a lot more effort and thought into their thumbnails. Like the thumbnails, like we found out that they matter a lot, but like they are significantly higher quality than they were like, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like before you just like, I don't know, grab a clip and it's like, all right, whatever. YouTube auto chooses my thumbnail. Don't give a shit. But like, now everyone's like has a blender thumbnail, lighting, outlines. I'm just like,
I think that's just the game. The game is
evolving,
and people are. Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter who, like all creators all the way from top to bottom now have really good titles and thumbnails for stuff.
Yo, Behemeth, do you feel like you have to beat the Chronicles to certain clips? Do you ever feel like you have a race to try and like put something out before him? Just a genuine question.
Yeah, sometimes. Generally, because mine are daily and he's doing that every couple of days or every 3 days. Generally, like sometimes I watch his videos and I'm like, remember that I use those clips like ages ago. I'm like, whoa, like, because he really focuses on editing, like himself and his editor, they'll send it back and forth a few times to get it absolutely perfect. I'm just like, quick, pump this out, next clip, bang, bang, let's go. So some of his, I'm like, generally I'll unless he like, yeah, generally I'll cover it a lot quicker because it's just, it happens and I'll post it the next day. Post it the next day. Sometimes mine will be like a day after if I've saved them for the next video because the video was full. But yeah, generally mine are super quick and he'll show it a couple of days, a day or two after mine. So hasn't really been too much of that because of the time his quality takes. Yeah. But yeah, some I have been like, yeah, I really want to pump this out because I know he's going to be covering it and I want to cover it first. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was most curious about if like the creation of his channel made it was like a positive for you, and it sounds like it was, because that's kind of what I was thinking.
Overall, at first I was super worried that it would be like, all right, everyone will just watch him, but no, it hasn't. Yeah, taken away from my viewers. It's only helped me get better at YouTube because of the competition.
That's the saying: a rising tide raises all boats. There you go.
Yeah. So
it's true. Confucius, thanks.
Yeah, I feel like the channels are completely different too. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people that watch you, they want to see like what happened yesterday. Like that's what they're there for.
Yeah, and I think he tries to save off on posting. He couldn't do his style every single day because not that much happens like that, where I'll be doing, nearly every pet that a creator gets or whatever, I'll be posting most of it, where he's just specific clips where like lots of interesting things happen. Mine's just more like a quick recap.
You also have more meme. You also have more meme stuff. Like you'll just have streamers just chatting, making weird noises and shit. Like that's not really his.
I got that humor side. I definitely got that humor side just to my personality. And I don't think he has that as much. I think someone called him like the hall monitor of RuneScape.
That's what Dinnerbitter calls him.
Yeah, oh, I thought that fit pretty well. But it's like serious, but it's really high quality content. Like
true.
So there's a lot. I learned a lot from his channel.
Bro, I ain't been on there once. He ain't fucking with the comedy, bro. Yeah, fucking with me. Actually, I've been on there a couple times. Pretty rare though, but I will say, like, humans are, we're creatures of habit, and like I watch you simply just because that's what I started watching. Like, I know he's putting out a similar deal, but I'm not gonna go there and watch that. I've been watching, I'm used to watching you.
That's the other thing. I've watched a few of his videos, and I'm like, oh wow, like there was so many clips, like really hype clips or things that I didn't use in my video that I'm not going to use, that he's found and used. Like there's heaps that I use that he doesn't find, heaps that he uses. Like there's that many clips that it's not one person can cover all the good clips per day. So it's sort of, even though there's a lot of overlapping, there's a benefit to the community where there's a lot of clips that are used uniquely on both channels as well. So that works out well.
Well, we did want to inform you that us, as the base team, we're starting our own community clips channel. Is there any danger of a retweet? I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. That was a joke.
We don't have time for that.
He was not going to retweet.
Yeah. We got you. Are you kidding me? Like, why do I need that?
we pay you under the table to highlight our clips first in front of everybody else.
None of us even knows about our clips.
Don't tell everyone. Yeah.
Hey, just plug the podcast at least. We'll take that. We'll take the podcast plug.
Every podcast I've been on, I've done a big shout out to go view the podcast.
Hell yeah!
You did one, and I listened to it a long time ago, like a year and a half ago. You did a podcast and you shouted out, and I went and listened to the whole thing. I don't even remember whose it was, but I did. I don't remember, but I listened to that one episode with Behemeth.
What podcasts have you done?
I've done Sebe. I've done the Rice Cup Rakesy one. I've done one, this guy called Snack Food OSRS. He doesn't do it anymore, but he started doing it in the scene for a while. I did one with him.
I think that's the one I watched.
Josh Palau had one, but I don't think I did one with him. I can't remember if I did.
All right, of the three casts,
I did one with him.
We got to get Josh on here.
Josh, and he had like him and a couple of others, and I did one with him and a couple of other guys. That's a lot. That's going back. I'm stretching the memory.
Out of the 3, 4, 5 casts you've been on, rank them. Who is the best? What was the most fun?
Ooh, if you don't want to
finish this one, here, you gotta let him finish.
Sebe was first.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. Kick him out. Kick him out of here. Fuck him, dude. We're done.
The others aren't really the others aren't still really doing it at all, or it's just based and Sebe, but I generally watch Sebe, to be honest.
That's
completely fair. Yeah.
No, it's fair.
Yeah, I can't believe
I genuinely watched RuneScape Chronicles too. You know, it's just a.
Yeah, we.
Oh no! I'll dig around. I don't. I'm probably. I don't know. I might be the only one who's probably. I watch
for
you.
sure. I have the merch and everything.
I don't have. Actually, do I have the merch? I do. I bought it. I bought your fucking.
You gave it to me, bitch.
I
have it. You gave it to me, Joe. I have the.
Oh yeah, I gave it to Nick because it was too tight, bro. That's not an XL. Like what?
What did
they put in your food
wear it tonight? I'm so stupid.
Oh, you should have worn it, bro.
There was a time a long time ago where there was a clip that you put on of my mom, where my mom put on my hoodie and my glasses, and she went out as me. And my mom literally tells all of her friends that she was on your channel. Like whenever she brings up to anyone that I stream, she always like, yeah, Tyler streams, and I was on the clips and highlights channel for Behemeth, and she knows your name. She says Behemeth, like she has the link to send to people. It's so funny, dude.
Oh my god.
She told me she wouldn't tell you about us, but that's fine.
Whoa, Hamzy!
God damn, dude!
That's why Hamzy. That's why him and Hamzy are such good friends. That's why. I see.
No, that's awesome. I've actually had that a few times. People like their partner or their mum's on it, and they love it like more than the streamer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's definitely an iconic thing. It's like we brought you on here. We'd even preface that you run a community channel because everybody knows who you are.
We don't need to, yeah.
Yeah, we don't even need to like say it. So
tell us about yourself. No, everyone knows.
You had that one really interesting. I think it was a tweet a long time ago where you essentially put out that you were like the #2 watched RuneScape YouTuber or #1. It was you comparing to Torvesta, because I didn't realize you have to have like some of the highest watched minutes in the category. Like.
Yeah, pumping a video every day.
That's like when they did that high score. They put the community channels and channels that weren't personal channels on a separate high scores list. But I think I slid in 4th overall for the year.
Damn.
But yeah, very different because mine are lower views, but every single day. I think it was like Settled. Who would have been? It was Settled, someone, Odablock, and then myself. If you went off like overall, who else would have been in there? #2.
Torvesta.
Oh yeah, Settled, Torvesta.
Yeah, definitely Torvesta.
I can't remember.
I mean, like, 30 videos a month, right?
Jimmy.
And you get like 40-50K views. Like that shit adds up, dude. That's big numbers.
It's hard. I wish I started all my videos on my old channel, because then you could work out exactly my total views. But it's definitely over 50 million total views. I think it's maybe getting close to 60 million, maybe.
God,
damn.
So say last year I think it was 17 million views for last year all up. So if it's just say I held that consistently for the 3 years odd I've been doing it, you're looking at like 50 to 60 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's why we want the plug, you know. And you got to tell people that you revealed all of your secrets here. Your ad revenue, your secret scandal, special, yeah.
Oh no, it was Settled, Flipping, Torvesta. Flipping was up there because he posts nearly every day. No, mine was just higher than Torvesta. So it went Settled, Flipping, Oda, and then myself, I believe.
Wow.
But Settled was on 35 million, and then second, Flipping in 20 million. So it's like Settled is just
huge
miles above. And then myself and Oda were like 19 million. Yeah, because I think
they're going to have a Golden Gnome for a community award this year. Will you win if there was one?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think Chronicles has a better shot, to be fair. On one of the first years of the thing, I got nominated for a gnome for best new YouTuber, and then there was mad rage on the community, like he can't win, like as a community channel, and I was like, yeah, fair. Give it to whoever else it was. I didn't mind.
I remember reading those Twitter comments. Those guys are fucking idiots,
I saw a
bro.
lot.
Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
you shut the fuck
still
up.
puts the work in. Yeah,
they
you
knew
were
the work
catching
you're
some
putting in and
flack.
it'd be a little different. Like you just went through your normal day there. If they heard that spiel, they probably might change their mind.
Yeah,
people on the internet are always.
I feel like the highlight channels always cop it a little bit because they're like, oh, you don't deserve it. Like it was always like you're copying and pasting clips and that, which at the start I more or less was closer to doing. To now, I think there's a bit more respect because there's so much actual editing and it's more unique now. But back in the day, it was just grabbing the clips, chopping off the ends and the quiet bits. But
That's what they wanted, though. They would have been pissed if you talked back then.
100%. There was, I remember there was one of the other channels, not RuneScape Moments, but one of the other ones who had like 40 or 50,000 subs that died because of the copyright. He tried to come back and commentate over it to get monetized, and people were just like, "Shut up!" Like, there was a time when no one wanted that on the clips,
right?
Even when you came along into it, like I feel like when you first started commentating, did you not catch a little bit of flack?
Yeah, definitely.
It's
it was just because
you explained the situation.
The way I sort of did it was, I would like people have been watching me for a year before I really started like commentating on lots of them, but I would occasionally, they'd hear me in the intro and they'd hear me talk on a few clips that actually needed context. So it's like they already heard a little bit. It's like you're slowly like pulling away until it's fully there. Like they heard it a little bit and then it was just like a little bit more. What's the difference? So yeah, it's like you're slowly taking off the training wheels. Like say a kid's riding a bike, you're like, slowly moving the training wheels up and then they're gone. It's like, oh, we're riding the bike. It's like, oh, we're just watching the highlights with commentary now. Like they didn't, it was a seamless transition more or less.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when the face cam first came on. That was fun.
Yeah, that was out of my comfort zone as well. Like, because I used to stream, it didn't bother me as much. But just like the forced having to, I was only doing it to try and please YouTube. So it was really forced of like trying to react or trying to just be on the camera.
I remember you just pop up in the top right of the screen, just like.
I should send a few more random ones of me.
Yeah, just pop in every now and scare the fuck out of some people. That'd be good. Yeah.
There's a few where like people have just like where a PK is like sit, and I'm just like randomly put the webcam on and I just like sit on the floor or do weird stuff like that, and people have just like the comments seem to love that stuff. So I should do a few more random little things.
Bro, no shade to the PvPers. I mean, it's just not my, I'm not really too invested in the content, but as soon as I see the wilderness or the rev cave, I beat the fuck out of my phone with my index finger. I'm tapping hard to get past it.
Yeah. I don't though. I don't. I like the PK clips. Yeah, leave that shit in there. Yeah.
I just don't watch it.
The Dino clips go dummy.
I don't.
Dino has some really good clips.
There's some days I'll just let it play, and there's some days I'm just kind of skimming through. I don't know. I guess it just depends.
Yep. Who are your favorite streamers for clips? Like when you see they have a clip with a bunch of views, you're like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be great.
Probably for to get views on the YouTube video, it's like the bigger the streamer, the more bigger streamers clips I use in a video, generally the more views the video will get.
That makes sense.
If Bodie Curtis, whoever. Like, if it's the big guys have clips, Odablock, and I use them, generally the video does better because it's more people like those guys.
Makes sense.
But yeah,
I was gonna.
Yeah, like I was saying before, my favorite's like the joke, my personal favorite, not necessarily for views, is like the little memes and jokes around that happen in the video, or like put a little movie clip in and like have a laugh. That's my favorite stuff for the videos.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, since you are a community channel and you collect a lot of videos from Twitch, like all the big ones. I'm sure you just get those because those have super high views from like the last 2 days.
Yep.
How many DMs do you get on average per day of like absolute dog shit, like a just awful clip of just like
that's
a fucking T-Papa 5 viewer just like, hey guys, look at me killing Vorcat.
I only send him good ones. I only send him the good ones.
You might, but other people might be like,
how do you approach it? Just like, yeah, Chief, I'm not using.
That's the hardest bit, is trying to lightly tell someone I'm not going to use your clip, but without saying it's a terrible clip. A lot of the time now, to be honest, and I should put like a bio on Twitter, like I won't always write back because I'm too busy. A lot of the time I just won't write back. But for a long time, I'll write back to everyone.
He always writes me back.
Y'all some hoes, Behemeth leaving you on red. Damn.
Damn.
He responds to all of us, bro.
A lot I'll honestly see, and just like my message requests every day, I'll go in and sorry, won't use, and I just don't write back. And some message me like, oh hey, did you get a chance to check that clip? And then I'll write back saying like, oh look, sorry, just didn't end up using it for this video. I try and say it as nice as possible, but
this shit sucks, bro. Do it again.
I say it's super nice, like, oh hey, sorry, it just wasn't something I didn't end up using, but thank you for sending it anyway. Like something like that. That's super perfect. Nice.
I swear I got one of those.
some people.
I definitely have got one of those.
Some people do get mad, and they're like, oh, you use this clip, and this clip's better than that clip. Like, why aren't you using mine? Like, they get real.
That's so
I get real triggered.
That's their own fault. They're not going to be a big streamer.
They'll go through my video and say, "Oh, you didn't use my Zenite, but 4 weeks ago you used this guy getting a Zenite and link it." I'm like, "Fuck it, just depends on the video, bro." Like, I'm sorry, I didn't like.
Yeah, like if you're down bad, you'll use a Zenny.
If it was a good clip, you would have used it. Like,
yeah,
that's exactly right.
How do you? But
then there's other ones in saying that. I'll completely miss, and it'll be like a super good clip, and I get that many DMs, and I do miss some. And then the dude's like, oh, hey man, just checking you got this clip. I'm like, oh shit, the third age missed it. Sorry, I'll use it in tomorrow's video.
Fair.
Or I just won't see the message and they just won't write back. It happens.
How do you deal with people that whine about like new content drops? I'm assuming that probably affects you a little bit, but I assume you just keep pushing, yeah, when stuff like that happens.
So like, for example, when TOA came out and all the clips TOA.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the
people
comments
bitch
like,
about that.
Yeah, it happens when TOB came out. It happened when TOA came out. It happens every time. And then the game always slowly transitions back to being the normal content you're used to. I'm like,
you were saying that too. I remember all the year, like, yeah, like it's gonna be like this for a while. Like we're gonna get better.
Because I've done it for 3 odd, like coming up to 3.5 years or 3 odd years. It's like.
What do you think all the streamers are gonna do? Like, we think we're just gonna fucking go kill Vorkath when TOA comes out? Like, it's fucking...
Exactly. It's like, what do you want me to show? Like, yeah. So I just expect it now. I'm like, they'll bitch and whine for a little while, but generally everyone understands.
How long can you post clips from leagues without the people starting to get mad?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Because leagues, you got to do it for at least a couple days, but then you have some people that stay, some people that aren't playing it anymore, and then like they don't want to see the other people's clips. Like, it's a community divided.
Yeah, leagues is a tricky one. A funny one is when Among Us came out, and so many creators were playing Among Us, not RuneScape, so I had to chuck in some Among Us clips. And people like, this isn't even fucking RuneScape. Like, what's going on?
God, that's awesome.
That's so funny. I didn't think about how those like big releases would affect you. And it's so clear too sometimes that the commenters just like do not watch Twitch, because if they did for like even 20 minutes a day, they would see that this is what every streamer is doing. Like, you have no way to go to work around it.
Yeah,
even like let's go ahead, sorry.
You go. I was gonna say, the comments used to get to me more on that, but
Oh no, you go. Oh no, you go.
Sorry, I'm too polite. Go ahead. Sorry.
The comments used to get to me more like, oh, I gotta like, this new content's out. I'll have to be really careful not to show it. Now I'm just like, it'll ease off. Like, I feel like I've done it that many times now. It doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
How daily are you looking into the analytics? Like, how much is it a daily, like, oh, micromanage this clip, did this and that, did that? Like, because I'm sure in the beginning it was a lot more than it is now, right?
Nah, in the beginning, like, I didn't do it at all.
Oh, really?
I like I said, I've picked up the editing skills and how to YouTube. Like, I did it all first and picked up the skills after. So now I'm on like, I changed the thumbnail, and the click-through rate's more. I'd probably look at YouTube analytics every day, to be fair. But I won't necessarily change too much. Just out of curiosity, I'll look at it. Maybe I'm looking at it to see, mostly looking at it to see the views. maybe the paycheck a little bit.
Valid. You are valid for that.
I have a question.
So I feel like I'm way better at YouTube and analytics now. And at the start, I was just posting. I didn't even know what watch time was at the start. I was just posting and getting views. Like, I sort of got dumb luck. How I got so lucky to get to be the dude that does the channel. But now I feel like I can do it. But I can't believe people stuck with me for that long.
You were the right person for the job.
Well, that was what I was going to say. Are you surprised? Like, that was my question. Are you surprised that there's not more people, especially after they saw your initial success, who are trying to do community channels?
There was a few that tried, and it's like even Kemp's, when he first started, his videos, like with his following of 200K on his main channel and advertising it, his first few videos were like, maybe he had 5 videos that were like under 5K views. Like, so there's a lot of come along, tried, and they're just, it's it's hard to compete. Like, and now there's two big channels, like Kemps and myself doing it. It's like if someone came along and tried to do it, it's like you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing everyone else is doing. Like, I guess Top OSRS Moments came along and he was doing the PK scene, so it's like a whole different audience. So his did well. He already had a bit of a following to start it off. But yeah, people continuously have tried, and it's just hard to do, I guess. Like, not hard to do, but hard to get the following because it's already someone doing it, you know?
Yeah, you guys already pretty much cater to everybody.
Yeah, you got a bit of everything in there. You got, the PKing side, PVMer side, and just.
He's got everything.
You specifically have like a lot of funny clips that pop out, like, not specifically like even RuneScape related. You get the memes or just dumb shit, dumb moments from people's streams. It's.
Do you accredit a lot of Defy J's success to you?
Nah, if I wasn't around, I think he would have made it. Exactly how big he is now. I think he would have done exactly the same if I wasn't around. But it was just I really liked his streams, and we had a lot of like banter, like back and forth. So it just really fit into the videos of me ragging on him, like teasing him, making funny clips, making him look silly. And I think it did maybe accelerate his growth quite a bit. But I think he would have made it regardless. But I think it helped do it faster. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
There any gamers?
Just one more point on that. Like, I always think like, use a clip of getting a drop, cool. But if there's like a streamer that I like rag on or has like a continuous joke through the videos, really can help their viewers like spike up because people laugh at it and see them live and jump in and
I was going to add, like, are there any streamers who do you think you sort of jump started their growth or something? Who you like? You don't have to be humble. You can say, I definitely helped this person grow. That's.
I can't like think of specifically, but I think like everyone, so many of the streamers when they talk to me say like, oh, thank you so much for, so many people come into my chat and say they saw me on Behemeth, so like thank you, it's really helped me out. So I think I've helped nearly every streamer in the platform in one way or another, but it's not like me. Like if I wasn't here doing it, it'd be someone else doing it and giving them the promotion. So like they thank me because I'm doing it, but it's not me specific. If I wasn't here, there'd be a highlight channel doing it anyway. So like the streamer does them, they're gonna get big, they're gonna get promoted by the highlight channels. But yeah, it feels good when a streamer messages you and thanks you, and you're like, I'm like thanking them for like I sort of touched on before, financially the channel has more or less changed our lives. Like where we're living is because of the fucking channel, like which we never thought would ever happen.
Yeah, you've helped me for sure. I'll say, I mean, you've given me a couple $100 of your own money, one. And two, yeah, I've had people come by, saw you on Behemeth, people raw, like just a raw subscription, saw you on Behemeth. But honestly, more than anything, it's in game of where people recognize me from in game. They're like, Prison Joe, are you a streamer? I'll be just like mining or doing something AFK. That's literally always saw you on Behemeth or saw you like something like that. That's in game cool. is the main place where I see people like recognizing me, I guess, which is cool. I guess it is a nice feeling.
Yeah, and that was a bit of like when I, not to brag and that, but when I walk around game, most people are like, oh, hey, are you Behemeth? And like, I used to like, when I was not a big content creator or not a creator at all, like it was insane if you saw like someone in game, you couldn't believe, you'd run up to them and talk to them. And now people do it to me. It's just like, now it's just like the norm if I log in and go somewhere and talk. But it's like, it is super cool. Like I never thought the game I grew up as a kid playing would have changed my life, and like I could walk around and people would go, oh, you're that guy. Like it's super cool.
Like you are 100% a celebrity. You are a celebrity in the RuneScape section. This has been the most, of all the podcasts we've done, this has been the most interview format podcast.
Oh yeah.
We've ever done, bro. We've been fucking interrogating you.
We're grilling you.
We're so interested. It's really interesting. Like it really is. Like from
I'm always happy to talk about it.
I wanted to touch on what Behe said about like, people recognize you in game. Like I actually had like a channel in like one of my old Discords, just private for me, where I would like, one of the first times somebody like recognized me was like, yo, Ignoble, you stream, or like, I saw you on Behemeth. Like I literally screenshotted it and saved it in that channel, just as like a dude, hell yeah, somebody saw this. And like over time I got like, you know, more and more, and then I was like, okay, sure, like it's whatever. But like, at the time, it's like, oh my god, like I made it. Look, I fucking made it. You know?
Yeah, I had that like exact same moment. My first time I was on Spark Mac Live. You guys,
Spark Mac Live.
yeah. So that was before I was a streamer and I was doing the YouTube stuff. I did a video where Lara, my partner, was asleep, and I turned on the RuneScape music really loud to wake her up. So it was like called like Waking Up Girlfriend with RuneScape theme song. And Spark Mac put it on his channel and that, and I think someone put it on, and it ended up getting like blowing up for me. It was like 20 or 30k views because someone put it on Reddit, and it was like something like roses are red, violets are blue. I don't know what it was, but they rhymed it with Waking Up Girlfriend with RuneScape theme song.
That's
I can't remember what it was. I really can't remember what it was now. But yeah, it was on Spark Mag Live and got up on Reddit, and then that first moment of being like featured on like a community channel was just like, yeah, I'll never forget that moment. It was sick, and you see the comments right and stuff about it. It's just like I was ecstatic when it happened.
Bro, so I was Spark Mac Live because he was like the original. He was also an original like community channel.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was God Swords Are Strong, Waking Up Girlfriend with RuneScape theme song.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
I don't think I ever
That's crazy.
I don't think I ever self-plugged myself to you, but I tried so hard to get on Spark Mac Live. I was actually like sending clips. I could never get on Spark Mac Live. I definitely sent like at least 5 or 10 clips. I never.
Was there ever a moment, Behemoth, where you realized that like you had a presence, like outside of people recognizing you in game, or maybe that's what it was that made you realize that you were, you know, someone that people talked about or being on your channel? Like, was there ever a moment where you were like, holy shit, I have like actually made it? Like, I mean, not, you know, like big, but you know.
Yeah, because like the whole time you don't think like, oh, I'm any bigger than when, like, I don't think I was any bigger than when I started, or you don't feel any different to when you first started. Like, you always think the big guys are like superior or must have this like something different about them. And then it's probably like that moment when I realized I was pulling just under the views Torvesta was pulling. Like, someone mentioned that tweet the other day, but just before, when I was like, oh shit, because I was just doing it to get the subs and the views and that, and then I was like, when I actually realized, oh, I'm the second most viewed YouTube in the RuneScape category. I'm like, okay, that is pretty big. Yeah, that was probably the moment when I realized how it compared to the other, like, because I would look at like a friend and Torvesta and be like, they're like making so much money and they're these massive YouTubers, and then I guess once the channel was on par or somewhat floating around their views, I was just like, oh wow. But it was always different because I was getting the views, but because wasn't monetized, the money was nowhere near what they were getting. So it sort of came that, oh, it's big, but I'm not earning anything near what they're earning. But now the channels are monetized, and that's just like, yeah, it's the last 2 years have been crazy, and it's just like, when we first earned money from it for like 6 months, we're like, oh, if it just ended tomorrow, we're more than happy with where it's put us, because we both work full time as well, myself and my partner. And now it's like, yeah, been doing it for 3 odd years and been monetized properly for like 2 of them. And it's just like, yeah, couldn't be more stoked with where it's put us.
All right. Would you ever consider going like full time? I know you have a job outside.
Yeah,
have you considered?
It's probably the main question I've been asked, and
yeah,
super like, I've been super tempted. Like, if I did that, I would stream 6 or so hours of the day and then do the videos.
Hey man, take a break.
And I feel like
join the unemployed life.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you can always go back.
There's only a few problems. Is I love my job, and to get where I've got in my job, like, I'm locked in for my job until I retire. They like really look after me. Like, the pay is really good. Holidays are really good. And I'm locked in at that job. If I left that, it's gone. You know, maybe I could do a year's break and then go back, but it's like a career you need to stay in to stay in that position. It'd be really hard to go to interviews and get back to that spot where I'm at now. So it's the job I've always wanted to do, and I'm doing it. This is just like on the side. Yeah. So I'd never leave it for that reason. The other reason, when I was doing the streaming after a year, and it was going quite well. The streaming was, financially, it was earning some pretty good money that we'd never had extra of, like a side hustle before. Financially, it was like nothing on the YouTube, but it was earning, a little bit of extra money for us, and we were really happy with it. But after a year of it, I was enjoying it for like the first 6 to 8 months, and then it was just like, it felt like go live was like a fucking chore, and I almost dreaded going live by the end of it. And it was like, I'm just doing this now financially, and it was the worst feeling to have to do it financially. So if I quit my full-time job, it would be all that pressure of having to do it to pay off the house mortgage and having to go live, and it wouldn't be good for my mental health to have to do it.
That's fair.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I'm very envious of you, dude. You're in a very awesome position. You have a very stable job, life, and all that stuff, and doing a very
and I feel like any other
escape section as well.
I feel like all the other YouTube, like where you have to actually create your own content instead of yoinking it like I do. I feel like to do that, it's almost impossible with a full-time job, because you got to play the game for 6 or 8 hours a day. So like my one's the only one that really matches my to do with a job. Maybe you could do a video every month, maybe, but So just perfect fit.
You also have the kids too. I'm sure the kids definitely factors into that. That's big. Cause like
I
for
can't
me,
imagine. This is crazy how you're balancing job,
I
kids,
admire you.
like fiance, and doing the community channel.
He's a
That's
grown
like
man, ignoble.
I'm a fucking child, bro. Like I got out of
bro.
It's busy, but like shout out to my partner as well. Like she takes, even though she's not doing anything of the YouTube side, she takes a massive extra slice of the homework, like the work we do at home slice. Like if you ask me when I cooked dinner last, couldn't tell you. Okay, I could not tell you when I cooked dinner last. I'll clean up and do this and that, but she does a lot more of the home duties so that I can do this. And she's happy to do that because it's, hooking us
that
up.
steak dinner, baby.
Yeah. So, especially when I was streaming and she was doing everything with the kid, and we were like, for an extra bit of money, I was getting over the streaming, just like feeling like it was a chore to do it, and I wasn't getting to be with my kids. So, I spend so much time with my kids, still get to work. I enjoy getting up early and working. Kind of get up early and have that drive to want to do something. So it really suits me to have to do the YouTube. If the YouTube disappeared tomorrow and I was just like, RuneScape got deleted, I would find another little project or something to do like every day I wake up. I just need that. I need something extra, not just my work. My work's easy and I can do that. I've been doing it for like nearly 10 years. I got it down. I need something else to like have a passion project about, sort of thing.
What would that
content creator
kind of be?
Well, he's a content creator at heart. Like we just watched him dance around in a Power Ranger with his dick out.
Yeah.
Oh, the wife.
Oh shit.
She's shy.
Are you taking Lambo
It's
today?
his sister.
It's his sister, bro. That's his sister for sure.
We're getting
Sister
married
fiance.
this year. Getting married this
That's
year.
so exciting.
Yeah. Come say hi.
Congratulations.
Can we see the ring one more time? It's
Yeah,
been a
show the
while.
rock.
Have her just flex the ring. Have her just flex the ring
on us.
Just flex it on us.
She was out today, so she's not wearing it.
Oh, true.
Come say hello.
Scandalous.
At least
Scandalous.
Hamsy's not here.
Shameless.
Yeah, you better hope she didn't meet up with Hamzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Honestly, it's probably good he's not here. Yeah.
Probably a good thing. Hey.
Oh my
What's
god.
up?
This is the based crew.
This is us.
Oh yeah, she can fill in.
Hey.
See
What's
him?
the
Hello.
most annoying
Nice
thing
to meet
about
ya.
Behemoth?
Damn.
Say it. Tell us.
How did he pull? Honestly, how
I'm in
did
trouble here.
How did it happen?
Yeah, what's his story? How did a
Yeah,
guy
what?
who sits at his PC and jumps around like a fucking weirdo find a nice lady friend? Because I'm not asking. I'm just asking for me. I'm
Nobles
gonna be
down
honest. I need to
horrendous.
find out.
No, all the gaming came after we met. So if he was gaming this much when we first met, I don't know.
How did you guys meet? How did you meet?
RuneScape for a while.
If you look up LARZZZ, that's her account.
I'm looking it up right
It's a
now.
main. It's a main.
Except
Oh,
Good.
because he
disgusting.
made
Good.
me sell it all
I
so that he could stake all my GP.
That's
That's messed up.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh,
W
God,
man.
nothing left.
During my staking addiction, I lost
That
her
is
vein.
messed up.
It's so messed up.
Damn.
If you don't mind sharing, how did you
Not
guys
with
meet?
a lot, okay?
We hardly played at that stage.
How did we meet?
Yes.
We were both drunk at a pub.
At the
That
pub?
was a perfect place.
There you go.
So-
There you go. No, you can find love in the club.
I was
Oh,
at uni with one of her friends she went to school with, so we had a mutual friend and just.
So you talked to her in real life to make that happen.
You talk to me in real. He can't hear you. Wait a minute.
Damn, that's so. I'm
Doesn't really work.
okay.
There you go.
I have to. I have to work on some skills.
The
that's all I'm gonna say.
alcohol. The alcohol was involved the first night. Did you guys get it on the first night?
I tried.
Don't leak if you don't want to.
He hit
You
the
know, I
first
was like,
night and they're
okay.
married. What a legend, bro.
I was like slowly
Oh,
like getting closer and closer.
Really hear very well in here. Let's just go outside. Oh, I can't really hear very well. Do you want to just go somewhere? I'm like, no.
You sneaky bastard.
Damn! Behemoth has Riz. You heard it here first. Behemoth is risen.
The other kid's losing it.
Oh, right.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Damn.
Damn, he got Riz.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's a good
Alright.
transition because I was curious. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a little transition away from talking about work. Like, what do you? How often are you slinging Oh, sorry. How often are you slinging shoeies? What do you do for fun? What's the weekend like?
I feel like I'm old now. Like I'm 31. Back when I was streaming, it must have been mid 20s. I was drinking every weekend, going out, still partying. I don't really go out. Like over the holiday period, I probably drank. We were away on holidays, probably drank every day and that. But really, like I don't drink much. I try and stay pretty healthy. I enjoy running. Family goes to the beach a lot. I play a fair bit of tennis with my buddies. Yeah.
Bro, you're such
sounds so
that's
lovely and
full
healthy.
dad. He's a dad.
Did that happen when you had kids, or like when did that switch happen? Because I know, what your streams
I was
are
still
like.
going out
Crazy.
having. I still have some big nights occasionally, but I really try to limit it. No, it didn't change when we had kids. Only in the last, maybe like 2 years ago, I wasn't doing any exercise, drinking whenever I wanted to, and just doing the YouTube, gaming, whatever. And then it was like, I was like, all right, I better start exercising and get healthy. So just sort of got motivated to drink less, exercise more, and sort of haven't looked back. Sort of feel really good. Feel like I don't when I was a lot younger, when I first met Lara, it was like we would do like the gym every day and like try and put on muscle and that. It's like I'm at a place in my life now where it's like the bodybuilding is like not even like I just want to keep fit and healthy, and like what my body looks like doesn't bother me. I just want to be like feeling physically healthy and have energy and running and like doing cardio fitness. I'll do occasionally like push-ups and pull-ups for like part of a cardio routine, but never to like build muscle anymore. Like we were big gym junkies and would go every day and that, but yeah, that was a while back now.
Yeah, I'm kind of transitioning into that now too.
I feel like as you get older, your priorities change, and it's not like I used to go to the beach, rip off the shirt, and have abs, and be like, yeah, like looking around, who's looking at me. Now I'm just at the beach having a good time, like wouldn't give a shit. So
I was gonna say your voice projects like more of a Chad character, because I remember the first time I ever actually saw you was like you did a Manscaped ad, and you're like I forgot you had the shorts on, your shirt was off, you're like a hose, and you're like, I forgot what you're doing, but I was like, this is Behemoth. I was like, I thought he was fucking. Like, I don't know why I thought you were just some huge like jacked guy. I don't know.
No, I'm like really tall and thin. You like generally I'm quite tall and thin build.
How tall are you?
Yeah, how tall are you?
Like 6'3".
Sit the fuck down,
What?
Ignoble.
Wow.
That's why he has Riz.
Damn,
That's what you need to know. You need to wear platforms.
Yeah, what the?
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy
He's a
big
tall ass
boy.
motherfucker.
Oh,
Damn.
the birds are not attacking him. Intimidated.
Yeah, no,
Magpies
yeah,
run
he's
away from
definitely
him,
not
bro.
Yeah, the birds run away from him.
Yeah, so I'm
If
quite
there's a-
tall. We have AFL. We have football. It's like Australian football, AFL. So played a lot of that as a kid, and like being tall for that is good. So yeah.
Oh,
you guys
actually,
probably
wait. I got to.
You mean
I feel like I got
soccer?
to. Yeah,
Nah,
you mean soccer? No, you mean football? Football?
It's shaped like your gridiron. It's like this ball shaped the same, but it's all about like it's mostly kicking, catching, and you kick it between the posts to score.
Oh, it's another type of football. Okay, wow. I've never
heard of that.
Yeah, it's called AFL. You would watch it and be like, "What the hell is this sport?" There's 4 posts at there's 4 posts at either end, and like, yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Hell yeah.
I've seen cricket. Isn't it cricket popular there or no?
They use a cricket field for AFL. Cricket's pretty popular.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, I had a question. Do you still play RuneScape? Go with do you actually still play it?
No, not really.
But you still have the hardcore status or no?
Still got the hardcore status.
Damn.
It's still a beast hardcore.
Are you just leaving it in the back pocket to stream one day, maybe?
Well, while I was streaming, that was the main content I streamed, and then when I finished streaming, I was still playing every day, and then maybe a year ago is when I probably haven't played properly for a year, maybe a year and a half, but there was a good 6 months, 8 months where all I would do if I logged on was just LMS. That was the only thing I enjoyed.
That's where I saw you every
LMS.
day. Every day when I was after my stream, I saw you at LMS every single day.
Yeah, literally all I would do would just be play LMS. That's what I enjoyed. And then it just got busy and wanted to spend more time with the fam or help out and that. So I hardly log on, but yeah, still got the hardcore status. So still in the back pocket to jump on occasionally.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but I was like ready to get rid of the status. So I gave the account to Torvesta, and he did a PKing video on it, like high risk.
Yeah.
He took it out and PK'd on it. I said, just PK on it until you die. And he's like, oh, I finished the video, but I didn't die. So like the account got chance, but it still lived. So it's still got its status.
That's so cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And now it's like a legend.
Yeah.
I pretty much played it until it was like, I had all goals of everything I wanted to get. I didn't have it was like when Nightmare was coming out and raids and that. I didn't have content. I didn't have goals of like getting those items, but all the old like God Wars items and everything that I wanted on the account, I got except for a sigil. So
Damn.
I was like weighing up, do I grind out a sigil? And I was like, the account's completed in my eyes. Every single goal I said I got. And I was like, except for the sigil. And I looked at the average hours to get 20-minute kills. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it.
If you were ever to come back to like, just do a little like stream off, here and there, Core would be the perfect activity because that's like boring. You can just chat away.
Yeah.
That is a perfect little just chatting thing.
You should rip a stream here and there, just every now and then, maybe like once a couple of months.
I've had like 5 or 6 weeks off from work, and I was planning on doing a few, but I've just been so busy. We went away for a week, and I haven't got around to it. But I should really chuck on a random stream.
That would be so epic.
I would love to watch that.
Seeing Behemeth live would be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing like the crazy over the top like fake antics as I used to be. It would just be a chill stream nowadays. Yeah, I did one maybe a year ago, and it was pretty fun to like, because there's a lot of old homies that like you guys probably wouldn't even know, or maybe they're in your chats randomly, but like a lot of old people who used to watch me, I went live and they jumped back in like, hey, like they still watch the YouTube videos, but just to chat to them was really good. Yeah. So yeah, I should rip one in the next week or so. But
it's a good way to connect with the audience too.
If there's not one in the next week or two, there won't be one for a while.
Fair enough. We'll keep our eyes peeled.
That was my other thing with, do I like quit work? Like I wouldn't quit work because I love it too much, but yeah, the back of my mind is like curious, being the highlight guy, if you streamed, like you could promote your Twitch channel like so much. I'm like, I wonder if I did stream every day for like 6 months, how big it would actually get with me being able to promote it on the YouTube and then just viewers just coming straight over because they already watched the YouTube. Like I have always been curious how big it would get, but
you'd crush.
Who knows?
You'd have hundreds of viewers right off the rip just because you're so prominent on YouTube. Because it's pretty clear through at least what I've learned in content creation that YouTube translates way better to Twitch than Twitch does to YouTube.
Yeah,
just your audience would all pull up. You'd have a ton of people just lurking, just watching. You'd have a lot of viewership for sure.
Bro, if you at the end of one of the videos, you're like, I'm gonna be live on this day.
Yeah.
Or no, if he's like, I'm live every day, and you make it your first link in the description. Boom.
Yeah.
You just
imagine that. Yeah.
Soar.
Yeah.
Where did you go on vacation to?
It's called the Gold Coast.
Okay. I'm so conditioned that I thought something bad. I thought something bad happened to you. Like I actually like you disappeared for because I'm just so used to seeing the video every day. I was like, wait, what happened? Is he quitting?
I got quite a
Is
few.
he done?
I had quite a few messages asking things like that. That just means you're not. That just means you're not a daily watcher. I did explain it in the video before I left.
Okay. I've missed a day here and there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the Gold Coast, which is it was like an hour plane ride, hour and a half. It's like 10 hours drive north, different state. I don't think you guys will know it, but it's like on like these really.
It's like kind of iconic here, actually.
Yeah, it's like really nice beaches, heaps to do.
Yeah.
We're at this really good like kids resort with like it's where the theme parks are in Australia. It's like do you like Movie World, Wet and Wild?
We have a Wet and Wild.
It's our theme. It's where our theme parks are in the country.
Nice.
Yeah. So we went there with the kids for a week, and it was a busy holiday. Like with 2 kids, 5 and 2. Like it was just busy doing things with kids and constantly watching them. It wasn't like we got home and I just needed to relax and chill for a while.
You have two boys?
Kids? Or are they annoying?
2 boys. 2 boys. No, they're good. 2 boys, and I got the snip, so no more kids.
Oh, no, that's what I was gonna ask next.
Oh, congrats.
Snip, snip.
How was that process?
They were like the balls were blue and black for like a week. It hurt.
Really?
Yeah, I went in there and like to the actual process, they give you drugs and you're just having a good time, like you don't mind too much. And then I was like, all right, like can I just walk down to the coffee shop and my partner will pick me up? And he's like, no, you can't walk. You got to get picked up from the door and go home and put your feet up. Like you can't move for a couple of days. I was like, oh. And then as the so doing the operation itself was fairly sweet, but it was a week. It was pretty hard recovery. I was just putting my legs up on the couch, like it was hurting.
Like your straight up nuts hurt?
Yeah, they hurt. Like even like 2 months later, you'd still get hit in the wrong spot and or bump it in the wrong spot, and they would still be quite sore.
Oh fuck this, dude!
I'm not getting it. Fuck that, bro.
You can't use that thing for like a few weeks too, right?
Oh, a couple of days. She was all right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nice. Okay.
I was for real, bro.
It was real gentle stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, just having a little, maybe some soaking. Did you do some soaking possibly? That could have been good.
Oh my god.
You heard of soaking?
No.
I think T Papa can tell you exactly what that is. He's very good at it.
T Papa, yeah.
Well, don't worry, I'll explain it. You know what Mormonism is?
Like the religion of Mormon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Mormons obviously can't have sex before marriage. So there's this little kind of workaround that a lot of Mormons like to partake in that's called soaking, where essentially the man just kind of docks inside and they get a friend to jump on the bed for movement. So they're not technically thrusting.
It's like a shitty pocket pussy.
Environment around them is.
That's a bad loophole.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to preface. I was Mormon for a long time. Let me just say, I don't know where this soaking craze has come from. I've never met anyone who soaked. What everyone does is either they go to Vegas, they elope, and they have a lot of sex, or get ready, they just have sex.
Whoa.
I'm starting to think that the soaking thing is actually a ploy because they're all just fucking. Like, it's like, you know, when you go to like Christian camp, like, oh, everyone's like, praise Jesus, you know? Or like, I've never been to a Christian
still
camp.
having
but
sex.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like
they're still getting
they're all
gooch,
just fucking.
yeah.
Like, it's.
Yeah, you're right.
They're just having sex.
As you should.
Yeah.
What about the anal loophole?
I mean, it's not as prevalent.
Count?
I don't know. I'm telling you, dude, the Mormons I know, they just fuck. They just do it.
I count it all as sex. I count oral sex as sex. Anal. I mean, yeah. I've seen
I
it
count
all
as holding hands with the girl as sex too. So
that's fine too. You know, there's some contact happening there.
Man, I was gonna ask like a semi-wholesome question, and I didn't really want to ask it after this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Perfect. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Let's cleanse the palate a little bit. And if you don't want to share, Behemeth, that's fine. Do you have like a favorite moment as a dad? Like, is there anything that you can recall that, like, if you're gonna die and a memory is gonna flash through your head of your kids, like, is there anything you can think of?
The kids being born, like, is easily the happiest days, like the happiest days of my life. Easily, like the drug-free like endorphins that you just get like pumping in your body. Like I was in tears, bawling my eyes out. Like your kids are gone. Like, yeah, it was up there. But yeah, so probably being born is like you can't top it.
Okay.
But there's with kids, like, man, like it's so wholesome. Like there's so many moments along the way, like first steps, first time saying dad, like it's just constant. You can't beat it. Like it's so good.
Cool.
But it's tough as well having kids. Like they're the moments you're like, yeah, like you remember those things. But then so many days, like we had, was it the day before yesterday, we had our kids go to my mum's place. We went and watched Avatar at the movies, and it's like just to walk around the shops without kids, you're just like, oh, it's so fucking nice. Like, you're not chasing. Like there's so much like when you don't have kids, you're just like, oh yeah, I just go home and chill and watch TV, or just do whatever I want. Go for a walk. Like we went for a walk. It was just the nicest thing. You're like, so you're so busy with kids, but it's so rewarding as well. So.
I feel like, are you trying to like mentally prepare for when they all get to be in their teenage years? I feel like no one can prepare for that, but are you excited for that, or scared? Or
no, I wouldn't be excited. If I had a girl, I'd probably be scared for it when she started dating and that and bringing blokes over. I'd feel protective and real weird. But with boys, I kind of would be like, not as much.
Get in there.
Have some fun.
I guess there's always that worry if like they, get led to like drugs and stuff like that. But that's a long way off. I'm not even like
drugs
close
are bad.
to thinking about
drugs are bad.
That. Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
When you
no comment on that.
I know you're a self-motivated man, obviously, but when you had children, did that like kick you into a different gear of where you started going even harder with content creation and with just your job in general?
Nah, not really. If anything, it made me feel more guilty doing it because, even though I don't, I'm still on the computer a bit. And, my son will come in, oh, Dad, come do this. I'm like, I'll be out there soon. I'm working, So like, I don't want to be that like stereotypical, like, oh, Dad never hung out with us because he's working. So I guess it motivates you financially because you're like, you're setting up your kids and like, they're too young to understand that, oh, Dad can't play with you now, but it's worth it for our lives. They can't understand that really. They're just like, oh, Dad's a bit busy, but I'm not that busy where it's the point where they're like suffering or anything like, oh, we never play with Dad. We always play and always do so much together. So it didn't motivate me to more. I guess it's more rewarding that I know what I've set up is benefiting more than just myself is rewarding. But yeah, if anything, it's made me want to take more of a step back to spend more time with them.
Are they going to is college expensive there? Like university?
Depends what one you go to, but the government will fund it, and then when you start working, it will come out of your paycheck until it's paid back.
Gotcha. So are they going to be like pretty set for all that?
Well, anyone in Australia can go to any university and do it for free, and then when you start working, it pays it back. So we don't have to save up to pay for them to go in Australia.
That's crazy.
I guess for a high school, like, we don't know if we'll send them to a public or a private high school. Where a private high school, you might pay like over the 6-7 years, you might pay like 70 grand Aussie. So, but we don't know if we'll send them to a private school or not. We're not. Yeah.
But you could if you wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's awesome.
He's uploading 2 a day, bro. Twice a day. He's like, come on, bro. I gotta send my kid to college.
He's got like 3 sponsors in every video.
That's the other thing. I'm like, how long will I be doing this? Like, will they be in a high school? Like, surely, like how long's like old school RuneScape got left in it? Like, surely 2 or 3 years. I can't see any
for sure.
dying. But I'm like 10 years. Like,
that's a good question.
I bet it'll still be
how long
here.
until Mini Behe
is
is on your channel? That's the real question. Until one of them makes it on your channel.
What if they take it over like the family business? It'd be like the family business. You pass it along.
Yeah, so I've always thought like when they're in high school, will I still be doing the highlights? Like,
That's so funny.
He's on his fucking deathbed out there, just like groaning. Unique's gonna drop.
He's on life support.
He's on a ventilator. He's got like a robot. He's got fucking Stephen Hawking talking like.
If the viewers are still there, I'm still gonna put out the content. Like
hell yeah,
as you should.
Is there anything? Is there any other game you play? Or is there anything that you could see yourself transition to, or like future goals of the account? Like, is there anything that you're just like, dang, like, I mean, not account, but YouTube account? Is there like, what's the, I don't know, the next?
I wouldn't have time for anything else. But yeah, like the games I play, like Switch, like games on the Nintendo Switch and stuff now, like, I've given like Zelda I loved on the Switch, a couple of the Pokemons. All those type of games, like GTA on the Switch. Like, I play the old games. I got Nintendo 64 thing on the computer. I still play that if I'm gaming. But for like a new highlight channel, sort of like, I don't know, like I wouldn't try and break into like a new game. They're all the games have highlight channels doing it, you know. Yeah.
When are you gonna let the kids get into gaming if they haven't already?
My 5-year-old loves gaming. He's like,
oh yeah,
he would be like he's obsessed with screens. Like we have to limit his screen time. But if we said to him, you can play the Switch for as long as you want, he would nearly play it for 10 hours of the day. And he's quite a good little gamer at 5. Like he'll jump on and he does quite well. So that's always been another thought in like 5 years or so. Do I get him to play games and I edit and make it into videos and he becomes a YouTuber?
That would be sick.
A little mini
that
prodigy.
Would be awesome.
It's like, yeah, if you could set up like a little content creator before like he even knows how to do anything, and you do it, and then they're like, if you do it well, like their followers could be set them up, and that's their job before they even like finish school. Like,
yeah,
so
I mean, it doesn't hurt them if they're a kid for sure,
and if they enjoy it for sure.
He's going to be playing the games anyway, so it's like
might as well.
Yeah, I probably one day will, chuck them up for fun or whatever. Anyway,
I know your kids are quite young, but what will be your rule with cell phone stuff and internet usage when they get to be the age of that? I don't know if you don't care to answer that, that's fine. But
no, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's like. Yeah, I don't want my kids sitting on TikTok for 4 hours a day scrolling. I'm pretty big on like the cheap dopamine sort of fries the brain, and you don't enjoy stuff as much as you would if you weren't on it all the time. So, when we're super busy or we've had a really big day, we'll let him watch the TV and things like that. But we really try not to do it too much. So yeah, what will I do with like when it's cell phone age? Yeah, well, I guess we'll limit it. All the kids nowadays, it's like they're all in these big group messages and like they can just, lots of the time they're just sending whatever type of stuff. Like you really don't want your kid exposed to what's going on. Like a lot of kids nowadays get exposed to like stuff that's like definitely kids shouldn't be getting exposed to.
Yeah.
No doubt. That is stress.
Like, even like some of the kid YouTube channels are absurd. The stuff they post is so weird.
Yeah, and I guess that's the stuff you see. Yeah, and I feel like kids now are just like almost like little YouTubers. They're so loud and obnoxious and like show off, and it's like it's just because they get their personality from watching like content, and that becomes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll be curious to see how everything is in like 20, 30 years when people our age are more old and running stuff, because
I like thinking about this, man. I'm thinking about being a father. Bro,
dude, the boomers felt the same way when they had us, right? When we grew up, like they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have any of that. My parents didn't have any of that shit. So like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like our generation, like me, when I like got into 6th grade, everyone had like a iPhone, or maybe it was 7th. I don't know. It was an Android or an iPhone, and like, I feel like 6th graders before me did not witness half the shit that I got to see through my phone or what people would talk about that they saw on the internet. Like it's definitely.
I was in year 8, so like 13, 14 when I got my first phone, but it was no iPhone. It was like the 3315 where you could call and text, and that was it. Like, so I like just sort of got the best of both worlds. I think that maybe the end of my high school, it was like some people had iPhones and smartphones occasionally.
I had the Razor. My first phone was a Razor. I think I was 14.
Oh yeah, I had that. The pink flip phone. Yeah,
the Razor. That's what
I had that too.
Yeah, the Razor. If you had a Razor, you were a cool kid, dude. That shit was crazy.
But when I was in 9th grade, I think that'd be 9th grade, which I was 14. Like they had the iPhone, but my parents were like, "Fuck you, you're getting this flip phone."
Yep, that's what my parents did the same thing. They both had the iPhone when it came out, and they're like, "Nope, you're not getting one of these till you're a little bit older."
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Smart.
Makes sense. Dude, the dad life, I honestly respect. Dad life, different lifestyle. Like for me, if I had responsibility of kids, shit like that, there's no way I would take a risk of like a risk like going full time with content creation. Like I think you're definitely smart and sticking to the job and keeping something consistent when you have that responsibility.
I'm sort of glad that if the YouTube and streaming came along when I was like in uni or before kids, or even just like when I was single, like I reckon I'd be like, stuff going to a real job. I'm just doing this. Like, yeah, I don't reckon I would have just done it full time for sure. So I'm pretty happy with the order of how the things in my life sort of happened.
I mean, of all the guests we've had, you're definitely one of the most well put together. Definitely. Definitely squared away.
I'll vote number 1.
Yeah, on the grind. On the grind.
We're here just like interviewing because I want to know like about your like. I'm just so curious about how it all works because other people are like, all right, they're just degenerates like the rest of us. Like you're not quite a degenerate. You're a normal, very put together human being.
I'm in society working a normal job. Yeah.
Dude, don't say it too loud.
Yeah, like with a family. With a family, you just feel like it's just it's just too much pressure to do. Like YouTube could be gone, like anything could happen, views could drop. Twitch, for example, like I got banned on it. You can just get banned whenever Twitch wants, really, if you do one little thing.
Trust me, I know, dude. I know.
Yeah.
The feet. Yeah, no, that's a fair point though. Like of all the guests we've had, a lot of them are fellow streamers, people who had kind of like are like you're still a content creator, but definitely different, especially in the just your structure of life and just what you do in general. It's very interesting. So sorry for interrogating you so much, but
I'm happy.
We're honored to have you on.
Yeah, go for it. I'm open book, man. Like, ask me anything.
Do we want to take a look? Speaking of more questions, people, any Twitter questions we got?
Yeah, your Twitter thread had a ton of questions.
Yeah, I think a couple of them. I thought a couple of questions that you, Seth, were asking were from the Twitter, because one you said, I'm like, it was pretty much exactly what was on
I was stoked. I had a bunch of questions. I wrote down a bunch of questions in front of me right here. Like, I'm sorry if I took over as the interviewer, but I had a bunch of shit wrote down to ask you. I was just curious.
Yeah, ask me whatever you want, man.
I'm good. I got through all of it. My last question was if you still play RuneScape. I'm done. My sheet's out, bro.
Do you have any pets?
Oh, yeah, we did ask that. We have 2 guinea pigs at the moment. That's all.
The pigs.
Yeah, we had fish, but then when we moved like a year and a half ago, and they died in the move, so they didn't make it.
Were they just like goldfish?
Lost
or
the status, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what fish they were. No, they weren't goldfish.
Not hardcore Iron Man.
Beta fish.
Yeah, I can't even remember, but they made it here, but like because the water wasn't like we tried to get as much as their old water here, but you got to like you can't just put tap water in and put a fish in or it'll die. It's got to have all these like chemicals, and you got to sit it there. I don't know. The fish died. All right, let's just.
I'm pretty sure most humans have murdered some type of pet in their life accidentally.
Yeah, so we're keen to get like a dog, or.
Bro, I'm still so mad about like I used to have like a couple fish in a tank when I was a kid, like early high school, and like I enjoyed the fish. I used to clean it like every couple weeks, stuff like that. And my dad was just like, "Oh, you know what? Like I'm gonna be a great dad. I'm gonna help you clean out the thing, this week. So I'll do it for you. You seem like you have a very busy week." I'm like, "Okay." So he does a cleaning shit. Like you know how you're supposed to keep like 2/3 or 3/4 of the water and only and not just throw it all out. He threw all the water out, put all new water in, and then like in 2 days, all the fish were fucking dead. And I'm just like. You fucking murdered Frank, bro. It's on your head. It's on your fucking head, Dad. And he's just like, all right, whatever. Just get another one.
I'll confess, I murdered a hamster on accident. It was
What'd you do?
Unfortunate. I dropped a textbook on a hamster and it was flat.
Joe, brother, you look like the type of motherfucker to do that too, huh?
Yeah.
Was it in anger?
It was your hamster, right? It wasn't someone else's?
It was my sister's hamster, and she had it out playing with it on the table. And I came home from school, and I dropped the textbook on the table. Did not see the hamster, and the hamster was flat.
Wow.
Joe's going to jail after that one.
Yep.
Can I tell you all something terrible?
Textbook?
Yeah, what
Zoe,
textbook
you haven't
was it?
killed
Please, like,
anything.
don't make me look that bad.
No,
like,
I
was
haven't,
on an
but-
accident.
A friend told me a story the other day, and it's horrible, so I just have to tell it.
Go ahead.
What? What?
I wanted it to be you so I could like I could relate. to
No,
somebody.
I'm sorry. I've never killed an animal, thankfully.
I killed a hamster.
I don't know what I would
I'll
do.
talk about it.
Oh
You
my
did?
god.
Okay, all right, good.
Yep, I did.
But I won't.
Cancelled here.
I won't name names, but somebody told me the other day that their sister was doing the laundry and the cat jumped in the dryer and they didn't see, and they turned the dryer on and the cat was.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
Not
Oh my
Not like-
god.
like it's hot.
like-
It's warm.
not like-
yeah.
Not like stepsister caught in the dryer hot, but
Nah,
like
dude.
cat
Did it
in the
live?
Damn,
caught
that's
in the dryer.
sexy.
Kentucky Fried
die?
Pussy.
And I thought
Click
feet were a
that.
weird kink.
Oh. Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
family member. We had a family member put a cat in the washing machine and turn it on and died. Yeah, on accident. With the clock. I think it like to. I think cats like to.
Yeah, they like to jump
sit
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all accidental occurrences. Okay.
Yeah. Nick, what'd you do?
Yeah. So basically, I had this hamster, and I got it when I was in a relationship with a girl that was living with me, and it was mainly hers.
One you didn't have sex with?
Yeah, the one that lived with me that I didn't have sex with.
But you guys slept in. Wait. You guys slept in separate
whoa.
beds, right?
No, we slept in the same bed, bro. She slept in my room. Yeah. Listen. I've explained it a million fucking times.
I know, but Behemeth's never heard it. Behemeth's
He
dying,
just gave
bro.
you the disappointed father look. He already has it down. He's done it to his own kids. He just gave it to you, bro. He literally just
Yeah, all right.
he eyed you.
I'll give you, yeah. Okay, well, basically TLDR, this girl was living with me. She was going to a Christian school that was relatively close to me. She didn't want to have sex with me because she was already breaking a rule by living with me and could get kicked out from her school, and she felt bad about it. And I acknowledged that, and there were times where, okay, why am I sharing this part? There were times where she was like, go ahead, fuck me, and I was like, are you sure? And then she'd be like, you're right, and then we wouldn't fuck. Really, I don't know why I did that. I was really...
This was before.
God
This was before
damn.
you learn about soaking, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, we tried anal. I tried to fuck her in the ass. She didn't like it.
This shit was too big. I've said it on
yeah.
record. It's not
I got about
9
one-
inches, 6 girth.
I got a
Just
whole
saying.
pump in, and she was like, "Nope, this hurts. You're done." And I was like, "Oh,
That was it.
my God."
That was enough.
back.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the hamster.
Cuniques. Can I
Did
just
you kill your hamster with your penis?
Okay.
Tried to
so
fuck the hamster, bro.
basically,
Oh, hell no.
I think what
He's got a
happened
hammer.
was,
Sleep with me.
oh, bro. Okay.
If you don't
so
fuck me, this hamster's he's seeing it.
Dude, listen, this hamster was living luxury, bro. I had this like 52-gallon like it's for fish, like it's a fish tank, and I filled it with like the mold, I don't know what it's called, something mulch, but there's like a specific thing you fill it with. The bedding is what it's called. I put a lot of bedding in
mulch?
it.
I know
filled
you
up
didn't
this
put mulch in
aquarium.
your hamster's
Shut up,
fucking-
bitch. And so I filled it with bedding, and I took care of it. We both took care of her. It was a girl. I mean, we thought she was a girl. There's really no way you can tell.
How'd
if a
you
hamster's a
know?
girl. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't like trying to find a dick or anything. But
This just gets
Fuck
weirder.
the
I think-
hamster.
I think what happened is, I'm gonna be like completely honest. She broke up with me and moved out, and I still had the hamster. I still took care of it. I think it eventually somehow got sick because I noticed one day it wasn't eating its food. And I was like, oh God, I was like, oh no, this isn't good. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I just kept watching. It would eat every now and then. And I was like, okay. And then one time I came home from work and I had noticed that it hadn't come out from like where it burrowed down at some point. And I was like, oh no, it's been like all day and it's been burrowed. And so I like had to sift through the bedding to literally find this hamster like curled up and dead. It was so sad. I
Okay,
was
well,
like,
you
oh
didn't
my
kill
God.
it. It
I didn't-
died
it
naturally.
died.
God, this is
But,
an
like,
awful story. I thought
it was
an
really sad.
accident.
I mean,
and I was like, what do you
it's like
do?
they're gonna, I mean, like, were they gonna save the hamster? Probably not. They're probably just gonna tell you that it was gonna die.
That's what I'm saying. You
could've
take it to a vet. they're gonna be
you're
like,
not
what
gonna
the
give it
fuck
like
do we
you're
do
not
here?
gonna give it
If you
chemo.
bring a
It's, you know,
sleepy
it's gonna
hamster
die.
to a vet, they're gonna laugh at you, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I can't do anything.
Yeah,
And so I was.
It
the
happens.
saddest part is like, how do you just like? I was like, damn, I just gotta throw this motherfucker in the trash. Like, this is really fucked up. And so I
Like, bury it.
I'm not gonna. I just threw that bitch in the trash. It was so sad. It was so sad.
When did you take the trash
I
out?
buried my sister's
my
hamster. You're a piece of shit. I
God.
buried it. I cried. I kind of forced the tears, but I cried and I told her sorry 1,000 times. God damn it.
Yeah, it was just the most morbid thing. I should have just let one of my cats just eat it. You know.
You should have sent it to your,
Say like at
sent it to
least,
your ex-missus.
at least my sister's hamster. It was a quick occurrence. Like it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mine was sick, and I was just sad. I felt bad, but I was like, you know, honestly, as sad as it is, I associated a lot of my ex-girlfriend with that hamster. So in the end, I was like, this is probably good. And I couldn't have my cats in my room because they would try and eat the fucking thing. So I had to keep my cats out of my room. It was just a mess. But yeah, it was sad. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really kill it, but yeah, got sick, died.
Happens.
Crazy story.
Happens. All right. Anyways, with the dead pets, should we move on to some Twitter questions?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There was a question that I saw that I think is interesting. But I'm actually is Bottle of Water asked, do you ever receive clips that aren't RuneScape at all? If so, what was the funniest / weirdest one? Eyes emoji.
Not really. Mostly if it's not a RuneScape related, it's a RuneScape streamer just doing a full webcam, doing like a RuneScape spec or something like that. And for the funniest, like there's not one that comes to mind, like the weirdest, like no, I've got sent some really like random RuneScape ones that like people, I don't know if they think I'm going to use it or they're just like shooting their shot. Like I've got sent some really mid-tier things. I don't know, like someone finished like normal void and like claimed their void and was like wanted me to use that. I'm like, sorry.
It was his son that sent that clip.
Wow. Tell me about a Pokemon we got.
Oh my goodness.
He's so upset.
That is awesome.
He's stoked. He had to come tell Pops.
Yeah, so there's no like super weird clips that come to mind.
Is the double Ellie, is that like what you would consider the most like famed thing that's ever happened? Yeah, it defies the double. Yeah.
Have you seen his third one, Bart?
You're messing with me. There's no third one.
There's a fake third one.
There's
clip.
the fake third one.
If you do, yeah, that was pretty high. I feel like that helped make him when he got a few rare drops like that as well. No, there's not like the rarest clip ever that comes to mind. Like, because I've done over 1,000 with 20 to 50 clips in every video. Like, how many clips is that? Like, they all blend together. Like,
can I give you
I
one
think the
that,
third age pick in the Bloodhound is like that'll always go down history to me.
That was huge.
Is there like
Whales 3 T-bows? Jesus.
Well, I was gonna say the one that I wanted to do. It actually is Whale when he got you with the merch ad, and you added it in the video.
That's tomorrow's video with the third T-bow.
Oh, it is.
I know, because I'm not gonna lie, he got that third T-bow, and I was like, this is fake, and then I was like, no, this is real. There's a clip.
I thought the exact same thing. Yeah.
Shout out, buy the merch, by the way. Great merch.
Yeah, great merch for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like some clips that come to mind were like, because I go to when I've been making certain videos, I've gone to like the RuneScape most viewed of all time ones, and like one stream that I watched live that the clips are like massively viewed is when, do you remember when a friend had like that massive like domestic with his girlfriend? Like, because like they cheated on each other and it was all happening live and the police came. Like those clips are still all around the RuneScape most viewed section.
I know what you're talking about.
You guys missed out.
Me and T-Pop about to pull this
It's not really good like React content. You just like kind of have to know the whole situation.
Okay.
Yeah, rarest clip. Like I always have this. I don't know if it's because it's in my memory because it was. I got asked on a podcast 2 years ago or something. What was my most rarest clip? And there's one that I said on that podcast, so it's always stayed in my mind. It's like a streamer that is long gone, but they're at neck reels and they're like, oh, I really need to I really need a shield left half. Killed the neck reel when they were talking about it, and got the shield left half. And I think it's like a 1 out of 100 and something thousand drop rate. That one always stuck in my memory just because on a different podcast I said that was a really rare clip, and that one's always stayed in my memory. I don't know what the drop rate. Yeah, it was like 1 in 100. And he's like, "Oh, I really need the shield left half from these guys for something," and got it.
The tasty double Torma core is like 1 in a million too. I'm pretty sure. Like mathematically, that's like absurd.
Yeah. He rolled 2 in the same drop. It's from the Grotesque Guardian, the Tourmaline.
Yeah, the black Tourmaline core.
Hunts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
So you talked about the rarest thing you've seen. Is there like a clip that stands out over time, like over your several years, is like the funniest, the best? Like
too many, man. Seriously, too many. Like 1,000 videos. I was just thinking about it. If it's been 30 clips per video, there's 30,000 clips I've looked at. Like, and like if you think about it, if you think about that, if you think about how many clips I use in a video, I reckon I would look at hundreds a day to get that 30 clips in a video. I would look at hundreds more. Like, I would look at, I don't know, 200 or 300 a day. So like, yeah, say 300,000 clips I've seen in the last 3 years. I can't pick a couple that stand out.
Valid.
It's a lot. Yeah,
that's so fair.
They just blur together every video. Like, I can't remember a specific video I've worked on, really, except for like the really hard ones. I remember getting home from like a Bucks. Do you guys have Bucks parties? Stag parties?
Bachelor parties?
Know what it is.
Yeah, like I've got to have like a friend's bachelor party, like so hungover over a weekend, and I remember doing like some videos that felt like they took like 7 hours. It's like, like I've got some memories of like certain videos like that, but yeah, most of them just all blend together.
I'll pull one for Mr. Lenny here: chicken parma or a zinger box?
Oh, this one's going to be a big Behe leak of information coming out here.
Okay, go on.
So do you guys know what they are?
No, I was going to ask you to explain before you asked.
I know what a zinger box is.
They're like both famous meal, like junk foodie meals. One, a chicken parmy, is a big slab of chicken with a bit of ham, cheese melted over the top. It's like an Aussie pub meal. Okay. It's really popular. That's an Aussie pub meal. It comes with chips and a salad or chips and veggies. The other one is KFC, like a zinger box.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken, chips, the potato and gravy. But I saw that one. I'm like, oh, that'd be funny if they asked that. So Behe's, I guess, more or less like plant-based. So I don't eat meat.
He's vegan?
You're vegan?
Bro?
You're vegan, bro?
Yeah. There you go.
What the hell?
And no one you've
I fucking knew something was wrong with this guy. I fucking knew it.
Oh my gosh.
Is that good for vegan too?
I probably haven't eaten. Whole family is, yeah. I probably wouldn't have eaten meat in like 5 years.
Huh.
I'm like a lazy vegan. Like if I'm at a party and there's cake, I'll still eat cake. If there's like, I'll be like more or less vegetarian, but we wouldn't buy milk, we wouldn't buy like dairy and eggs. We wouldn't buy that stuff. But if someone's already bought it and it's on a table or it's like at a lunch or something, we'll still eat that. We're not like the super strict avoid everything. But yeah, I haven't eaten meat for years. So yeah, not many people know that.
Yeah, what pushed you to do that?
All started off like looking into the health, like heart disease correlating with the more meat you eat, the more likely you are to have a heart attack. So we started like going, oh, meat's not as healthy as we sort of thought with the cholesterol and fats in it. So we sort of just started like maybe having 1 or 2 nights with like meat-free Mondays, or just having a couple of nights off. And then sort of as you go down that like sort of rabbit hole, you look more into it. And then when we started looking at what was happening, we just thought ethically it's not right. So we cut out everything and then still had fish. And then over 6 months to a year later after that, we cut out fish. And then we were like, well, if we're against animal cruelty, we're still having dairy. We looked at the dairy industry. Well, that's pretty fucked up. So we cut it out, and we've been vegan for 4 or 5 years now.
That's fucking sick.
That's crazy.
Nobody don't know that because it doesn't really like come up that much, and I'm not like on every post, like,
On the
you're
channel.
I'm so glad you're not one of those.
I'm a
vegan, by the way.
Dude, you're the
Okay,
first vegan
by the
that
way.
people didn't know about. How do you feel?
Yeah.
What's that?
You're the first vegan that people didn't know about.
Yeah. Well, there's a few of us out there, I guess. Like Pure Spam's a vegan as well in the community.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, not many people know that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I just didn't expect that from you. Like I would maybe I would expect.
yeah,
that
I
more
was
from
a, I was a
Anne, so.
huge, like before that, I was like the biggest meat eater. I would have like the steaks on like the big like T-bone, like eating it off. Like always would go fishing, and like no one expected me to ever like stop eating meat. And just like if you really look into it, I know it's there's a lot of reason to do it, and not much reason not. Like the only reason not to do it is because meat tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well,
That's an issue.
I was like, well,
That's why. I'll stick to
pretty much my main thing was
Some other reasons.
Taste is just a pleasure, and I'm like, well, if you're harming animals for a pleasure, then that justifies rape more or less. So I was like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't justify it to myself.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite like vegan dish?
Yeah, so we still have like massive, like with the way it is now, if you tried to do it like 30, 40 years ago, like you'd be eating like just beans and rice and shit. It'd be pretty hard, but it'd be really healthy. But now you can get all like the fake meats and shit, and they're super unhealthy. Like I'd see them similar to like a normal hamburger. You can have like a fake hamburger, and they taste just as good. Like hits the spot. I don't miss meat anymore. Prison Joe's like, nah, I don't reckon. Your taste buds adjust. So like,
I've had both. I've had both.
I used to hate
vegan chicken.
I used to
Not
hate
even close.
veggies. I used to hate veggies, for example, and then even when I was vegan, I wouldn't eat many veggies. And then a couple of years ago, just started forcing myself to eat veggies, and then within a month, I started loving the taste of veggies. Like your taste buds adjust so quick. So there's no foods I miss, and all the foods that like you think you wouldn't be able to have, we have like a pretty similar thing. Like we still have like ice cream, burgers, whatever. Like whenever we want to pick out.
You're definitely spot on with the taste buds adjusting. If you start supplementing something to your diet and just keep it, like at first it might be a bit abrasive, but if you keep just hitting it, eventually you're right. You'll get used to it. Because I used to be pretty low on the greens. In the last few years, I've gotten a lot better by just kind of forcing myself, and now I'm like accustomed to it, like you said.
Yeah, I sort of didn't have many veggies, and then after having them, you sort of start craving them, and you enjoy them. So
yeah, no, it's
Absolutely.
yeah. That's
100%.
the big podcast bombshell.
Damn.
Drop that.
Damn, bro, this man has all the secrets. The vegan,
respect
he's
it.
got the ad. Yeah, no, I respect it. Especially when you're not like virtue signaling about it and fucking spamming it everywhere that you're fucking vegan and you're holy or whatever.
Yeah, I'm still big for the movement. Like I'm always happy for anyone to message me and talk about it. But I'm not gonna. I do feel like they hinder the progress of what they're trying to do when they're there's like there is a lot that gets.
There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it, just like most things, most movements, etc. Communities.
Yeah. So, I got really strong views on it, but I just don't often like when I was streaming and get brought up, I would always discuss it and that, but I don't often like be the one to bring it up. But I got
so many people just like to argue about it, and I don't. People really get into it because I've listened to a few like different podcasts where they're discussing nutrition, and they have people on there who are they're scientists, in support of both sides, and they're just going at it.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, it's what works for you. If you go to the doctor and they give you a baseline of your health, and if you're happy with that, you're happy with that. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah. I've and with health, I've gone to the doctor and done blood tests, and they're like, yeah, sweet, the whole family's vegan, no worries. That's the main thing everyone is worried about. But as long as like you can do meat diets terribly, you can do vegan diets terribly.
True.
You can definitely be a super healthy vegan. Like doesn't really come into play if you know what you're doing.
One more question on that side. Did you see like a huge change in your physical health, feeling, mental health?
Yeah. Initially, it's like you're losing you're getting rid of all these like fats, and I remember after like big meals of meat, I'd be like so groggy and tired. And I don't eat a big vegan meal, and it's like there's just so much less fat going through your veins, like lipids through your veins. You don't feel that like slow grogginess of your body's like struggling to digest it. It's like easily digestible food. So felt a lot yeah, a lot better when I first did it, and then it's just the norm for me now. Like, just like no different.
Is it easy
Papa,
vegan when you go
do
out
you
in
plan on
Australia?
changing anytime soon?
No, I don't think I'd ever change.
No, I was talking to Papa. You think you're gonna change to vegan anytime soon?
Oh, me? Absolutely not. I'm really happy that Behe found it though.
I think Zoe was gonna ask this, but like, what are your options when you go out to eat? Do you have places that you can go to that you like to go to?
I feel like
for that
Australia
reason?
is so meat centered when I think of it,
Pretty
but
much.
maybe that's just like
Pretty much
Shrimps on the
everywhere you go, pretty much everywhere you go has good things. Like I was saying, if you tried to do it 30 years ago, you'd have to take your own food out like whenever you went out, more or less. Everywhere's got meals, and some places are great, some places they got crap meals, but
that's life.
Yeah, it's like I always thought it'd be so hard to do. I think the first time we were like, oh, let's just try a 2-week challenge just for fun, and I did it. And I'm like, oh, I really thought the meals would be crap. I thought I'd be eating like the worst food. I didn't mind it at all. So then we, just sort of snowballed, and now it's like I'd never want to go back. And
do you guys have like just like solely vegan centric restaurants there? Because around where like even in the area I live, there's a lot of different spots popping up, and I've been to a couple of them, and they're not bad.
Yeah, we got a couple. We got a couple of.
I'm mad at it.
We got a couple. In like the cities, there's heaps more, but where we are, it's like out from Sydney. It's not as many like just that, but everywhere caters for it more or less.
Dude, every single one of those restaurants, like Sprouts or whatever you want to call it, that are focused on like greens or healthy like that, it's always full of baddies all the time. True. Just hot girls, just fucking.
I mean, yeah, health and
why did you talk to them?
Physical attraction go hand in hand.
Because I don't go into those restaurants. I like to peer in with my binoculars from across the street.
He's got the Burger King in the right hand, the binoculars in the left hand. Looking staring from a distance.
There's like Whopper juices just like dripping down my face as I'm just like, oh yeah, wow.
Oh, can I tell you guys something?
Sure.
I got recognized in public for the first time.
Yeah, how did that go? What was that?
Monday.
Okay.
Well, it was great, but the reason I bring it up is because I got in the car after and I realized I had nacho cheese like all over the side of my mouth.
Oh my god.
Has that person come to your stream?
He did come into my stream, yeah.
Oh my
gosh. Well, no.
Okay,
I knew his
go
name because he told me his name when I met him. I was like,
yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah.
He came up and he was like, do you stream? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, RuneScape? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, "Oh my god, I watch you!" And then
awesome.
he told me, I asked his Twitch name and all that stuff, and it was really really nice. And I asked him when he came into my chat if he saw the cheese on the corner of my mouth, and he said he did. So that was great.
Well, at least
But
you
no, it
acknowledge
was really
that
sweet.
happened.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's sick.
That's
Alright,
really
Madam Mage.
sick.
She made it big.
Where were you at?
Yeah,
when
where
that
were
happened?
you?
Were you like a mall?
I was
or
at a
something?
Walmart.
Walmart.
My day was Taco Bell and then Walmart. Perfect day off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was sweet though. It was really cool.
What were you doing at Walmart with nacho cheese on your face?
I went to Taco Bell and then I needed to get a new Apple Watch charger.
Mm.
So, yeah.
I have a question I'd like to pull from the Twitter. It's kind of, I'm going to kind of spin it a little. I mean, I'm just going to, I'll just read it. It's fine. It comes from JD Lukey. He says, "G'day, legend. Is it ever difficult to find enough good clips to make daily videos? And what's the workout routine?" Which you kind of covered some of it, but
Yeah, every so often there'll be like really quiet days. The harder thing is getting a good title from every day. So some days there'll be a lot of good clips, but it's like, how can you title it? So tomorrow's video, for example, there was, Whale got his third T-bow, and there's quite a few big clips, but it was like, what's a good title? I was really struggling for a title. But for clips, generally it's pretty easy to make the 8 minutes. Sometimes if it's like a holiday season or something's on and not everyone's streaming, it might be a little bit trickier. But I always seem to be able to fairly easily make it. But just the title is the thing that is sometimes tricky.
Will you try this?
Say Whale getting his third T-bow. What are you going to title that? Like
UIM gets third T-bow.
Do an experiment. Do an experiment and just on one of your videos, just absolutely lie in the title. Just put something fucking insane in there and see if anybody calls you in the comments.
Bro,
just give it a shot.
Commenters, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna get reamed.
I feel like the titles now, like it's just become a norm to like. I was sort of holding back on the clickbait, and then when Chronicles came along, I was like, I was like,
okay.
Shameless.
I was like, well, fuck, if that's what's working, I'm gonna do it too. So
You should.
my titles really have become in the last 2 months have become a lot more clickbait than they ever were, and it does help. I feel a little bit guilty. Like tomorrow's, for example, is something like secret RuneScape world can make you bank, right?
Oh, that is so baity, bro.
What's
I
it
love
about?
it.
That's good.
That's great.
It's the permanent.
How about this?
World,
Hear me out.
It's the permanent world 45 dead man mode world. Like,
Hear me out.
Oh yeah, fuck it. I mean, you can swap, can't you?
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like someone got a really big PK on that world in the video. So, and I was really struggling. Like my other one, I was spitballing. Ultimate Iron Man can't stop making billions of GP. Is this Ultimate Iron Man the best? Have the best gear in the game? That was my other snowballing ideas, and I went with Secret RuneScape world. Sounds pretty like I would be like, fuck, what's that world?
Yeah.
How about
I'd
so
click on
we do have April coming up. So April, I got you. So like for the fools, Bodhi, farmers, and other content creators, string of content creators permanently banned. Easy as your title. Just run it, and then just April Fools them, and then you got to explain the video. You got prank. So
yeah, I've done April Fools. There's been 1 year I've done an April Fools. I can't remember what I did.
You can figure out. You can have something really good.
I don't really get your idea, to be honest.
What do you mean? No,
it
like
fucking
on April
sucks.
on April Fools, you put an extremely just insane title, and then
but Bodhi's been banned.
Yeah, whatever. I was.
Bodhi's been banned on Twitch, Twitter, and the whole internet. Something like that.
Yeah, just anything crazy, just to bait the interaction, and then
that's a pretty good idea.
But it's a prank. Yeah.
Bodhi sent to jail.
Yeah, fuck you, Ignoble.
If I did Bodhi, I would check with him. I'm scared of him.
It wasn't a bad idea. It was just a poor explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. I've also thought for an April Fool's of like one person's reaction of like, oh, like yeah, let's go, and then every single person in the video when they react, I play that audio over their clip, so it's like that's the only reaction you hear through the whole video.
Oh my!
You should just do a video full of people saying no way, like that's it, like just no way, no way, like, everyone says no way every fucking drop. You could literally farm that. It'd be so funny.
It's hard not to. It just comes
10-minute video of no way.
Yeah, dude, and it would work. I mean, maybe
that's funny.
People might just get annoyed, but it'd be funny.
Yeah, well, I think we should do something.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good.
Twitter workshop.
Is there any more anybody wants to pull from? Before we move on?
I think we really covered everything.
Yeah.
Unless,
yeah, low key, we kind of. I feel like.
Workout thing is just mostly run. I do some fitness like cardio, pull-ups, push-ups, just to get the heart going. Mentally, I feel heaps better after if I'm having a lull day and I feel down. I just go for a run, come back, I feel so much better. So anytime I'm feeling down, I try and run 2-3 times a week. Sometimes only one, but I aim for 2 or 3 times.
I feel like I ask this question a lot, but I'm genuinely just kind of curious. When you went through, I don't know what your form of high school / middle school is, but the earlier years into your final years of school before you would go to college or university or whatever, what kind of social class would you put yourself in? I'm just curious.
I was with not with the top popular kids. I was with I don't know what I sort of want to say a group of guys sort of like you guys, a bit of a mix of everyone, but just actual real decent human beings, would have your back, would never do wrong by you, but good people who wouldn't, I don't know, just good people. But I was sort of a bit of that was my main group, but I was a super social. I was friends with every single person. I was pretty friendly, could just jump over and have a conversation with anyone in the year, but that was my group, was sort of down to earth, really, really good people, but not super popular.
Okay.
I want to make
I was a bit of a clown show off in school for most of it.
I just wanted to say, to what you said, based is we're the popular kids. Just wanted to make that.
Oh shit.
We're the popular kids.
Shit. Not to just take anything away,
bro. You don't even stream.
Yo, chill, bro. I'm like that one girl who's just not pretty enough to hang out with the hot girls, but I leech clout off you. You guys are hot girls, and I'm just the slightly uglier one
Listen,
just
bro.
leached onto you guys. Like, hey guys, we're
Once you
friends,
be-
right?
Once you become a doctor, we're gonna be the ones leeching. All right, buddy.
Yep. It's a bit Tim Pack every time you say hello.
Man.
I'll pull one more off here. Who's better looking, Bodie or Tasty?
Tasty.
Oh shit!
Okay.
That was a quick one.
I was a quick
God, I saw that, and I don't know if it's just my type. Tasty's a fucking Chad. When I saw him come into the scene, I'm like, fuck, this dude's a confident, good-looking dude. He just had it all.
Yeah.
Shout out Tasty.
Yeah.
He's got it made, honestly.
Hey, Bodie's a legend. But Tasty's just got that riz, I guess.
Okay.
So fucking true.
We take those.
He does have riz. He has riz
That's what he
on
gets
Bodie.
for-
Bodie loves Tasty more than Tasty loves himself.
If I had to choose a life partner, but Bodie's got that wallet, so I'm not
That's
sure.
true. I mean, they both. Yeah.
Wait.
Tasty will
You did
get
not
there.
Ask the question.
Yeah. Ask the question, Nick.
There you go.
Oh man.
You
Okay.
fucked up, boss.
Yeah, I was the one that called it out. All right, Mr. Behemeth, if you had to Eiffel Tower someone with someone else in this call, who you picking?
You can pick Zoe too, by the way. She has a strap-on modification.
I have a strap on. Yeah.
Made for this.
So
yeah.
the girl is already chosen.
Yeah, just a hypothetical person.
Yeah, whoever's in the
Hypothetical.
middle is.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
an
I'm
entity.
just
It's just a being
choosing-
in the middle. It doesn't matter who it is.
You're
It's just
choosing
It
you.
can be your wife
other-
if you want. It can be your wife if you want it to be. It's up to you.
No, I'll choose. I would choose Zoe with a strap on, just because that's something you would never do. Fuck a chick. You would never ever fuck a chick with a chick ever again. If she wasn't
On it?
if it was
fucking
We've
go.
never had that
He's
answer.
valid.
No one's ever
Let's
answered me.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Zoe. GZ.
if she wasn't in the call, and if you could only choose someone with a penis out of the guys, I'd be going Q-Nicks.
All right.
Oh my god. What an interesting.
Zoe, you're
You're a
right.
hell of a lot
What
taller
an
than me, but we
interesting
tried
week for us.
I'd feel the least threatened.
That's fair. Like,
Pretty fair.
I'm
Pretty fair.
Me and Noble and
Backfire.
with you for sure. We're definitely gonna fuck with you. We're gonna look at you.
You will definitely 100% guarantee you will outperform me. So
I
congratulations.
feel like
that
we
was
could.
the right
I feel like we could. I feel like we'd be on.
That
I
is
see
gonna
you
be,
and think we'd be on par to get the job done.
Okay.
It's
Valid.
gonna be a lopsided tower though.
That's really sweet, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be my tippy toes.
And that Q-Nicks is starting in the middle.
It's gonna be more like an arch than a
Oh,
tower.
no. Yeah, I show up to be on the Eiffel Tower, but instead I'm in the fucking middle.
Zoe's sitting with a strap on one side, Behe on the other.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Zoe kicks in
If
the
I
door.
had to pick the
it's
middle.
time.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
All right.
that's funny. That's such a good question to ask.
We ask everybody.
We ask everybody.
guest.
It's great.
I'm really
You wanna jump
flattered.
into
That
the-
really means a lot to me.
I think
Really?
that's it. Besides Floyd, USA's best. Nick said it best today. Back-to-back World War champs. Okay, Kona. Anyway, let's go.
Amen, bro.
Oh yeah,
wow. I can't believe you'd say that.
we done.
That's what Q-Nick said.
Yeah,
I
we
would
got
never
we
say
have
that.
the Twitter workshop now. All right, where we
Just one
sweet.
short last segment.
Oh wait, we're still live doing it.
yeah,
just for a little
this
bit
is it,
longer.
This is it.
Just a little bit longer.
Oh yeah.
We've
I
already been,
was just like ready. Oh, you can just let my
yeah.
hair.
We'll
loose.
skip the videos because we've been at it for a while. It's been
Yeah,
a great.
yeah,
It's been a
we've
great
been
having you though. We love
Yeah,
it.
truly.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting us
This
take
is
up your time.
This is definitely the longest I've sat in a podcast. 100%.
Sorry.
No, I wouldn't be
First
here.
like hour and a half just like grilling this guy. Like, so
Yeah, we really
how's
did. I'm
YouTube?
so
What are
sorry.
you doing?
No, I wouldn't be. I
What
wouldn't be.
toothpaste do you use?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't in. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't enjoying it. I'm having a great time.
Okay.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah, dude.
yeah.
So the Twitter workshop that we're at the end of every podcast, everybody comes in with like workshop tweets. I don't know if you see like every Wednesday at like 4 a.m. my time, you see a string of just unhinged tweets from a handful of base members. That's because we're
Yeah.
live recording this and
Yeah,
getting everyone's feedback and sending it off.
Yeah, I respect how wild they are. I didn't know why they were coming, but I was liking them. So what are we doing then? What are we?
All
So
right,
who's
so-
going
Go for it.
first?
Someone kick it off. I got nothing. That's why I'm stressed right now.
Actual dog shit too. I'm probably gonna eat the one from last week that you guys said was okay.
Give me an example of what we're like. Are we going
so
for like weird?
Like, I
we're going
have an
for
idea
weird
right
but
now.
Funny?
I have an idea right now. And the idea for, I just found out that Riz is short for charisma, right? But I'm trying to think of something.
You didn't know
But I
that?
want to make a tweet that's like,
No
Riz
idea.
is short for like chorizo or something. But like, I need something else that it's short for. And I can't think of something. But like, the concept is there, right?
Yeah,
This is what the workshop's for.
That's there.
Riz is short for
Mac
charismas.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the Riz is a hard word to join to something else.
I'll think about it. We can come back to this one. That's my idea. So if anything comes to anybody, let me know. Otherwise, I might have to sleep on this one a little bit.
All right, I want to hear T Papa. He sets the bar nice and low for
I
everybody.
have awful ones. Like this is.
I only have one, and it's very short. If you would like me to read mine real quick.
Yeah, go
for it.
Mine is Ohio is a top 50 state.
That's
all I
pretty
got
good.
for you.
What the hell, bro?
Who bought you that, Zoe? Who bought you that?
I bought it when I was at an airport in Ohio.
As a non-American, I was super confused at the start. Then I was like, okay, there's like 51 states.
There's 50.
There's 50.
Why do people?
Ohio
Why
sucks.
do people always say there's 51?
I don't know. They're stupid. There's 50.
I swear the Simpsons said there's 51 stars because that's all the states.
No, there's 50.
That's where I get all
There's
my-
50 stars. I
What do
never
you think?
personally
So,
counted,
do
but
I
that's
tweet
what they
that,
told
Nick?
me.
Ignoble?
It's
No?
kind of mid.
I'm
figured it was
feeling mad
mid.
about it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, someone just said it in chat. I thought it was funny, but I just wrote it down. That's all I got, though. I'll hold on to it. I'm not
All
gonna
right,
send
here's
that.
mine. Life doesn't give you the people you want. It gives you the people you need to help you, to hurt you, to love you, to leave you, and to help you grow into the person you were meant to be.
Okay, Eliop. What is that?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna do the
It's a Hallmark episode?
It's 2023 and feet are in. That's what I'm sending. I don't have anything good. I came to the
That's
table with
all right.
nothing. Like, I don't have anything good.
Keep brainstorming. Only run to the toilet.
Ah, man. I'm not fully sold on
He's
that.
kind of caked up.
I low key.
What if I just tweet, Behemoth got Riz, he fucked on the first night?
Behemoth is a vegan like 10 times, just like spammed in all caps.
Oh gosh.
Schizo post.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Behemoth
Nick,
is
do
a
you have
vegan.
anything or
Behemoth is a
no?
vegan.
You look like you're scheming over there.
Yeah, I've been scrolling through a bunch of old ones. I got one that's like her titties fake, but she real AF. I'm pretty sure I fielded that on one of these. That ain't that good. I just don't have sex. There was one that was like, nice Zuckhelm, bro. She just let me hit because I'm goofy, but like, I don't have sex, so it's not really funny.
What if I just tweet in quotation, I just don't have sex, dash Qneeks?
Qneeks, every time we go out of a fucking workshop, you just tweet some dickhead shit about me. That's a W.
I had one that I kind of liked, and this is like an actual workshop one, but something that is along the lines of, at the end of the day, we're all just a Bodhi viewer. You know, like he's just.
That's true.
He's you know, we're just an
A
umbrella.
little too real, bro.
He's like Thanos. He really is kind of like Thanos in a way. Oh, and there goes Zoe.
Okay.
That's how bad the tweets are today. She just had to leave.
These tweets.
Ooh, okay, wait.
Yeah, dipped, dude.
She's a 10, but she tweets about RuneScape all the time and still sucks dick at the game. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji.
That is way too fucking long, bro.
Stop
That was
tweeting about
Yeah,
Sweetie's hoe.
that had potential.
I'm just flaming like everyone. No. I'm getting
I
too
like how
far.
you had that because one of my old drafts that I looked at, I don't have any good ones for today, but one of my old ones is she's a 10, but she's turning 11 tomorrow.
Oh my
That's
god.
good.
That's good.
Nar.
Do it. Why are all foreigners to the United States pedophiles, bro? What the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay, it was funny. I mean, if you want to tweet that ignoble, I feel like that's on brand for you. I feel like you'd get away with that.
Oh yeah, I could probably get away with it, dude.
Yeah. But if I ever see you near a playground and you're by yourself, I will be concerned.
Dude, actually, I wanted to share this. Somebody I know in real life, for some reason, they got my I think it was last week's cast's message, like my tweet. They said that it was recommended to them for some reason. They're like, dude, I clicked the tweet and I saw your fucking face on it. I was like, oh, come on, man. And the tweet was, down so bad, I asked what her plushies' names were.
Oh my god.
And he was just like, dude, what the fuck is this? I'm like, don't worry about it, bro. It's a joke, I swear. It wasn't a joke.
This tweet business is hard.
It's tough.
I did have this one recently, but I thought that this is like, I can't say this. I'd get canceled, right? It was a PT Cruiser is like a hearse for midgets.
Bro.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna. That's a little rough.
All right. You ready? Here's one. I'm going deep into the drafts. Like, this is stuff that I have not. Like, I didn't want to read to you guys. Like, I have nothing. So you guys are getting the shit. If you 23 with a kid, you ain't a MILF. You just a bitch with a baby.
That's pretty good.
Damn.
That's good.
Holy.
Do that.
All right,
That's a good one. That's good. That's good.
That is
yeah,
good.
definitely tweet that. That's good. That's funny.
All right. I'm ready to
What
tweet.
about what about this? It would only be like specific to me. I've always wanted to like go get a haircut and film myself, and when they ask what do you want, just say, just clip it. Just clip it.
God,
That's good.
That's so bad, but it's so good.
I
You gotta think
like,
about it, but yeah.
just walked him in a barbershop and told him just clip it or something like that, you know? Like, I don't know what I like it. That's actually hilarious, dude. I need a little bit of shopping before it fully goes out, though.
This
My
is
God.
like the first time we've all just completely drawn blanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, T-Papa's is good. T-Papa's is good that he had there. I can't do the one because you can't say midget, can you?
No, that's not a nice word
anymore.
Okay.
You can use the word little people.
But then
I
at
could
that
say
point,
a
it's
PT
like
Cruiser is a hearse for little people.
It's like acknowledging that midget was mean. At the same time, you're just shitting on them in the PT Cruiser. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, my cheeks are sore.
That would be. Yeah, that's something to be canceled for there.
Yeah, don't get canceled yet.
Hating dwarfs.
Started from the
You
bottom.
say dwarf,
and
right? You say
there.
dwarf. Pretty sure that's the technical term.
There's no little people in our community, though.
I feel like it'd be more insulting to be called a little person than dwarf. I don't know.
Me too.
Whether you call me a dwarf.
All right. We got any other tweets that we want to send through here, or do we want to roll them? Or what's
I have one that was sent to me about T-Papa. I'm trying to find it real quick. I just wanted to read it to him. Someone sent me this a while ago.
Why face my problems when I can just die? That sounds like a banger.
Dude,
I like that.
That's a
normal dad, just like no.
That's a.
That is a heater.
Yeah. For you,
that.
that's good. For you, that's great. I think that's.
I'm tweeting that.
You
This is an
definitely
old
tweet
one.
that.
This is from like 2 years ago. My drafts go back to where I was. I said some. Oh
yeah,
my God, I'm glad
someone
they
said
saved the drafts.
T-Papa, one of those high energy, suspiciously friendly people. That's all it said. I just wanted to read you that.
Fuck, dude. That's messed up. I don't like that. They're coming at me, dude.
That was funny. I'm not tweeting that though. It's not good enough, but it is funny.
All right, I might have to call it.
Yeah,
lads.
no, we're done.
All right, gamers.
Yeah. What happened to Zoe? Did she say something?
Yeah, Zoe said she's
out.
calling it for the night. Her internet went out and she's donezo.
All
Yep.
right. Well, Mr.
Oh, we got a tweet. She's Dunzo.
Dunzo.
Oh man,
She's
I like
done
this.
so. All right, I'm launching my tweet. I tweeted it.
Go for it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't. Oh man.
Thank you so much,
I don't wanna
Mr.
send
Behemoth.
this. God damn it.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for being
Yeah,
on. It was a
Mr.
good time.
Behe. It's a fucking
Always
pleasure,
happy
man. Thank you for showing up.
WCast.
Legend.
Always happy to be a Aussie fake based member whenever you need.
Oh,
Yeah, we got you.
hell yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
we got a meet. We got some meetups coming up. We'll get you some good content. We got you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No
I've been loving watching the IRL when you guys all meet up and like there's a few IRL streams. I love that content. It just looks like you guys have such a good time.
Yep. We'll
Come out here sometime.
Yeah, coming to America. We'll show you what it's like.
If RuneScape's still going, in 10 years, We might
Pull
have a
up.
chance.
Bring the kids.
Sounds like a
Bring,
deal. Bring the kids.
There's no strip club like an American strip club. Bring the kids. It'll be a good time. Family fun, baby.
All right.
We're going to Magic City. We'll see you later, Mr. Behemoth. We love
Bye.
you.
Thank you.